Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Alright, can
There
you
we
hear
go.
me?
You're
I
not even
started
streaming,
recording,
though.
but it might break. I
Hello.
don't know.
Yeah,
Speak? Someone speak?
be like
Alright,
that.
this is working.
No.
Okay, it
Dr-
looks like it's
Yeah.
can you hear your audio?
You're
Yep.
good. Yeah, we can.
yeah, if you check in DMs, you can see the error on the console.
22 people in here. They're not bad. Like 25, including us.
Oh yeah, that's was a load error. That's not one that will face on the server. That's just me.
Yeah.
With how I did the plugins. Anyway, that's fine. Okay. We'll give people a couple minutes to get in, I think. Why is
Shut
there
up.
What, bomb video crocodile?
OnlyFans link in the fucking chat?
Let me see that schedule real quick.
Did I ban myself from the factions plugin because I created a faction, but I think I forgot to do like underscores, and now I can't use the command again.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unlocked
Wait,
myself out for the entire
did you
season.
kill yourself?
Oh.
Does she,
No,
cancel
no.
you?
It just factions don't exist.
Okay.
Oh no, they do again. Okay. Cool. I do underscores, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you use underscores.
Bro, I hate when, like, the worst part about
Okay, I
peeling
spent
orange
so
is
long
like
trying
just
to set
trying to
everything
get in
up that I
there.
actually didn't have time to write a
Be getting
list of what I'm
wet.
going through. So I'm just gonna. This is gonna be rambling, unfortunately. It took way longer to set up everything. Okay.
Alright. What are we thinking with the slow mode on the chat?
Open the stream, Jason, open the stream,
10
open the stream,
2
open the
seconds, I
stream.
don't know, something like
Second
that.
slow mode.
Is the
Yeah,
stream inside
go
the
on.
stream inside the stream? Awesome.
The villain. Well, 10 seconds. Like smolder. If you get hit in the wall, you're cooked.
Okay, we'll give it 2 minutes until like 5
Yeah,
minutes.
go down.
That's when we'll start. There's 24 people in the audience already. Damn.
Yeah, let her hit you. Let her hit you
Listen,
in the
there's
wall.
I don't know how long this is gonna take. There's a lot to go through. No, dear, you're not allowed to speak.
You're
Is
all
dear
fine.
still requesting to speak?
Ask to speak. Ask to speak. Raise your hand.
Let the guy speak.
No, I don't want to allowed to speak.
I wanna hear it. Tell us
Raise your
about
hand,
the
Dog.
Nvidia stocks there, please.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, I can't pick up money.
He has very valuable information to share
Oh
with
yeah,
everyone.
I'm gonna.
We got our first question.
Can you
I don't think
pick up
it's
money
aimed
now?
at you.
Let me have a look. Oh yeah, no, I can. Wait, how do you do that so quickly?
100
Do
dinars,
what?
show it on the ground.
You
Oh,
just
Yeah, I can
like
watch the
fixed
stream.
it immediately.
Nice. Oh no, I just had to reload the plugin. That was the issue we were having. It's just the order
No.
of what plugins I reload
It's not
when
clip of
they
it.
start breaking because they didn't know that one of them updated.
Yeah.
So I literally just had to reload.
Wait,
Also,
Draco
guys, quick
actually-
question to just keep chat a bit for questions only and a small amount of discussion.
how's he fly
about
so
it,
fast?
maybe, but, like things like
Try not
draft
to
sheets
spam.
should be discussed in general.
Yeah, that's
That's
general
difficult.
chat stuff. Because I have Snoofy is my question person. He's gonna answer all. He's gonna tell me all the questions because I don't have 2 monitors, so I can't tab out all the time.
So tactable.
Oh.
All right. Let's see, and I guess we'll start. So, the factions. For those of you who played season 3, you know how the faction system worked. Then that was a custom one that I made for season 3, and it was called simple factions because it was supposed to be really simple. Turns out, for season 4, they're not going to be very simple at all. So, a few changes. There's no particular order to this because I didn't plan out what I was going to say first, but I think one of the core changes that you already saw was the money. I don't know if you picked that up, but here, for example, I can show you with the dinars. Now, when you throw money on the ground, you're not really going to have them as items, but when you throw them on the ground, they become a money item like this, and then you can run over them to pick them up. And why is there a frog?
Oh, that's a player.
So it's very simple. You just pick up money like that, and then if you want to pay someone, you do this command here, and then you can pay 120 or whatever, and it's gonna send exactly that amount
Dude,
of money.
thank
So
God. The whole point of going back into the bank was so annoying.
that's the new pay command. You can also
Pretty
check your
good.
balance,
that's good.
like usual. And you can see I'm absolutely rolling in it. The difference here is that you can see there's a pouch and then there's a bank. So the pouch represents the money that you have on you as a person, and then the bank is what you've stashed where your faction bank is. So there's the faction bank still exists, but it's no longer a block. I'll show you. And that's about it for money changes. Obviously, the reason why we turned it semi-virtual is that now we can do automatic taxes, which we'll come to. And also, if you do want to have the dinar items, which you don't really get normally, you can always do
Taxes
just
suck.
deco to item and then the amount, and then you'll get the amount in items.
Density
So if
employee
you want
allowed.
to stash dinars in the chest somewhere, you can still do that. So that's the economy changes. This works with the market block and the sign shops as well. Those have been integrated. So, any questions so far? I don't think so.
There you go. The people drop their money on death.
Not currently set up to drop any money on death, no. But if you get robbed and you choose to run away, you're probably, I don't know. We'll figure something out.
So,
Oh, that's a good
Nephi
question.
said, "Can you steal money somehow?" I think the cool thing about the system is that you've got a separate faction bank, a personal bank, and then you've got a pouch. So anything that you're carrying on your person in your pouch, someone could realistically like perform an RP robbery of that.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're walking around with 20,000 dinars on you, and then you get stopped by probably most likely Rush Orc and his gang, then you might lose those 20,000 dinars if you get robbed. You know, so like you have to be careful, while also you can bring a little bit of money with you if you want. And the stuff in the bank is safe for now. I haven't added any robbing mechanics to that. That's it for economy. That's just like a baseline. That's actually a different plugin. That's not even the factions plugin. But if we go into the factions plugin, I spent the past hour setting up some factions here. And the first thing that you might notice here is that what are these banners here? Well, we took the liberty of adding, just for fun, we've added, I think, about 40 new banner patterns, so you can play around with. You can see there's a bunch of
What?
stuff here.
Shit!
What?
Yo, we started
Now that's kind of fire.
They're
That's
not
fire.
basically, so, and they work with the factions.
Yo, I gotta go
completely.
tell everybody in the server. Actually, there are probably in here.
So there's 40 new ones.
We gotta make the one ourselves. Fuck it.
Use them to make your banner. But the thing is, if you're like me and you don't really like making banners, I don't think I have a faction right now, so I'm just gonna make one.
That's good. That's fire.
I'll call it Showcase. Actually, hold on. This is where I can show the thing. It now supports this hex codes.
I'm so tired.
And we'll just call it Showcase.
No way. Is there more colors now?
Yeah,
That is
text coded.
you can see the name color changes with that.
So there's more new colors.
So I go in here. Yeah. So factions no longer get the gray banner as their default. They get a random one. And if you don't like your
That's
random
so
banner, but you
cool.
don't want to
This
make one, you can
faction
just keep
plugin
hitting
is
this
so
button until
cool.
you find one that you
That's
enjoy.
So cool.
That's so
And
cool.
it'll just keep making completely random one for you all the time. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. And then you can get the banner by clicking here, so it's an easy way to. You don't have to actually make it.
That
You
random
just get
one
it.
looks
looks
fire.
fire.
Yeah, that random one looks fire already.
That's the banners done. Where do we go from here? Oh yeah, you can also see there's been a lot of stuff that's been added to the page here. Which one do we go through? I think. I mean, we can look at the diplomacy, because you can see there's. I mean, all the different factions here. You have Cape Vander, for example. I think wide is the one I said. You can say it says that at the bottom there it says subjects Cape Vander. That's because they have them as a subject. If I go in here, you can see
Holy
if I click
fuck,
on
this is so complicated.
diplomacy, our relation is currently set to none. I can't really change it because I have to ask them, ask the leader mostly, unless I do stuff. Some of these, you can see some of them requires
could
a
make
mutual
somebody your
agreement. All the ones that
rival.
require mutual agreement, you have to get approval. But obviously, there's no one online on this faction because it's a dummy. And then you can change your attitude. Like if you like them, they're now friendly, and it's gonna their opinion is gonna start ticking up.
Question from
Yes.
Corn King about the money
Yep.
still. Can you
Yep.
go into depth? About-
On what?
I think he means faction balance. Can you confirm, Corn?
Maybe wait for the slow mode. Yeah, I might go fast on this one, to be honest. But yeah, just tell me to slow down when I start rambling.
Oh,
Because
it's
I've been
fine.
working with this for like a month at this point, so like. don't know.
Faction balance when getting text, can you go negative? That's the full question.
Faction balance when getting what?
Text, like if you're a vessel. You have to pay your vessel tax.
So the way it currently works is that when UAE as a you can see in the faction list here, you have showcase. It says the tax rate here, 5% domestic taxes. That's the taxes you as a player pay to your own faction. But if we look at the Bethar clans,
Dude!
it's gonna take a while.
This
Just tries to figure
eliminates-
out who the leader is.
Oh
wait,
my
they
god,
have
I
no
love it.
tax.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Uh,
Domestic
leases,
tax?
Is that what you're saying?
tax,
Dude, I'm gonna domestic tax 50% on y'all.
tax too.
What?
Okay, we're not joining a faction anymore.
Yeah, here. Because these
Illegal.
guys are a mercantile subject, so they pay taxes to their overlord. You can see their tax rate is currently 15% because they pay 10% to their overlord. So this basically means that when you earn money, I think if I do slash faction set bank, this is how you set the bank now. It's no longer a block. You just set the bank here, and then you can do slash faction deposit to pay money into the bank. You can also do slash faction withdraw. Only the faction leader can withdraw. Everyone
I'm
can,
putting 50% domestic tax
deposit
on y'all.
for obvious reasons.
I'm gonna kill you.
Um,
In the hill, man.
and but the thing with the taxes is that now when you pick up money, you saw earlier it would say plus 100 dinars, right? When I pick up money, now it says plus 95 because 5 of those get paid directly to my faction. You can, if you see the showcase. I forgot what my banner was. This here. Yeah, here, wealth. This now, I deposited 200, but it says 205 now because 5 of those came from taxes. So it's just whenever you make money, you just automatically pay it. And if I were to pay to another faction, the money would just go into, that money would go into their faction bank. As long as they have a bank. Does that answer your question? I'm gonna
Yes.
take,
Okay. Then there was quite a long question from Egg. Wait, give me a second. When a player is knocked down, can you search how much money they have on them? If the targeted player
No.
gets
Wait,
not yet.
they had a knockdown
respawned
system?
somewhere far away,
Yeah.
would that mean the end
Fran had
of
it.
the
He said it was
robbery
easy.
interaction?
we haven't done
That's-
anything on the robbery yet. Like it's still like value of life. Like if you
Yeah,
if
so
you
that
if you're
would
surrounded
be
by
end
5
of no
people, you have to
RP,
give
so-
up. You can't fight him. Like literally just have to
There's
give up.
there's actually a command now that you can use the toggle of killing people on PvP. So if you as an attacker don't want to kill someone and instead you want to down them, you just have to toggle that with the command, and then you will like knock down the person. And at that point, the person is obviously knocked down, and they have to give up completely because
And
Yeah.
the rest of the robbery is just gonna be like searching in RP, and the other person will have to give
yeah,
up.
I can show you. Jeff, can you
Dude,
go
going by
to
yourself is actually gonna
survival?
be AIDS.
Can't fight back
Okay.
on
Wait,
this.
why is Wonder here?
I'm prepared to die.
Yeah, do you wanna
He's dead.
I'm dead.
Is crawling? That would be
Yeah.
down.
Obviously, there's ways
like value
to
effects.
still move
Yeah,
if you
but
want,
that would
but
be like linked down.
you will be
instead of
punished
crawling.
Yeah, if you
if
jump.
you do
I
so.
like tall tales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's the best we could do, really. Thank
He
you.
just
Now I
immediately
have to
stands
do
up.
3 more seconds of this.
But you have Slow's Darkness, like you're debuffed. So you really can't go away.
All right. Any more questions on the dinar part before we move on to more faction stuff?
I guess that's fine.
I don't think so. There was a question. I don't know if you guys answered it like right now. One asked what the knockdown timer is.
That was like 20 seconds, I think.
20
Yeah,
seconds.
it's 30 seconds. It's 30
Oh,
seconds,
30
but
Oh.
like the moment you are knocked down, you are like knocked down for whatever the RP lasts. Like even the 30 seconds is just so it's very clear to you that you are knocked down. But if the RP interaction lasts, let's say 20 more minutes, you are still knocked down those 20 more minutes. You cannot like run away or fight again, because
Oh,
obviously you
shit.
would be like heavily injured and you wouldn't be able to.
Oh shit. Damn.
Yep.
You're knocked down,
I'm
you're
seeing a
knocked
lot of people ask, how do you make money, Draft?
How do you make money? Yeah.
Well, it's
question,
currently still only the same ways as for market block and gold. That's because I haven't had time to add anything new yet. Still working on that. So for now, the answer is same as season 3, but we'll see what changes.
Dude, that's barely any money,
It's
dude.
not enough. It's not enough.
I'm telling you, dude. They need to add like some sort of fishing or some shit.
I guess a question I have is the former gold conversion. You used to right click on a bank with gold to get the dinar. Since the way that bank chunks work now, how's that going to work?
Right now,
okay.
you just
Okay.
put it on the ground and pick it up. That's just because
Okay.
I added it. I just copied the config. But yeah, that's the way to do it right now. I think I might do something different. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it, but we'll find out.
What if giving up when knockdown doesn't fit your character? I mean, it's not like you have the choice. Like you are already down in combat. Like if you really want to kill your character, I guess you can do that, but then you are actually dying. So yeah.
You can just roll.
Who asked
play
that?
down
Who asked
and
that?
call it
Yeah.
that.
Who asked that?
Struin. Go down.
That's a crazy
Go
question.
down. Struin.
Green, don't worry, you're not gonna.
Bro's
make
gonna get
the money from
PK'd.
gold by just dropping it on the ground. That's
Yes,
just
how it's
a
related to
temporary
factions,
thing because
but this
the
is only
config was
factions.
the same as before. So just
Because a new player, so
it was
he's
counted as
confused
money.
what's going on, 'cause-
There's gonna be
Okay.
something different. I just don't know exactly what I'm doing yet.
How
The
new
economy
in
thing was made like
2VC?
a few days ago, so
Browser.
web browser.
Discord.
yeah,
Web browser.
I haven't had time to finish that completely.
What happens to a citizen if they can't pay domestic tax?
Well, you can
Well,
always
it's
pay
bad
domestic
from
tax.
the
It's a
place.
tax on what you earn. So if you don't earn anything, you don't pay anything. But if you earn something, it automatically takes a percentage. So there's no really real scenario where you're not able to pay because you just automatically pay from what you earn.
I don't really see what the point of domestic
It's not.
tax
You
really
don't pay
is, though.
5% of your wealth. You pay 5% of what you earn.
For us, it probably won't matter.
But it's like that money's already gonna go back to the people, right? Because you have to like buy things
Okay.
like.
I think it's more like if you have like individual wealth,
John, tax can be
Yeah.
adjusted. It just hasn't.
and then
been
5%
added yet,
will
because
go to the faction.
I was going to do
So
it today.
you're
but it
always
took
gonna
too
lose,
long
like,
to set this
5%
up, so I
of
haven't
your
had
wealth.
adjustable tax.
If you want to keep it to yourself.
Question from Broch.org. Can you do zero tax?
Yes, you can. It's just that the default is 5% right now.
Okay.
Damn, a lot of tax questions.
Wowie, 35 people.
Let me see if there's any new names.
TFMC's blowing up, guys.
Only one,
Bro, Valley.
2,
Can you explain the earning of money? The players
3,
like the market blocks
Only
and
3 new
gold
names,
mining
bro.
last season.
4.
or
Oh no, Flat
always?
is Tav's friend. Yeah, just 3. Fuck, dude, we gotta
Well,
increase
as I
that
said,
tax.
currently it's the market block and the market block and gold mining is
I'll be
ways
right
to
back.
get money, new money into the economy, but to get money from other players, you just use the sign shops and trade as usual. So But currently, it's the market block and gold mining are the ways to get new money into the economy. Yeah.
Will,
there
is
be
there a
ways
way
for
to dodge taxes in RP?
Yeah, there is actually.
Yeah.
I'll show you how. Listen, Frank, can you teleport?
W
Yep.
tax dodge.
Now, if I was to buy something from Fran and I had to pay him 100 dinars, right? I could do slash deco pay 100, but then he has to pay tax on that. So instead, I do this.
What?
Yeah, tax evasion!
With the caveat being that he can't actually pick that up
W
because
tax
whenever he picks that
evasion.
up, he has to pay tax. You just have to have like cash lying around that you never pick up, that you put in chests and you shuffle around the table.
That's like dirty money right there.
So that's the way to avoid taxes. But obviously, it's supposed to be a little bit more difficult than just like saying I don't want to pay. But
Tax
at least
evasion!
and there's a reason why I let that slide.
Just don't let your overlord find out.
Yeah. Beware of unnamed tax auditor, admin RP. Will there be debt? No.
No, there's no debt.
I think we answered that one already.
Yeah.
Someone else.
Okay, I think if there's no more questions from further. Oh wait, Nico. No, you can, Nico. You can pick it up in your inventory and shuffle it around. Just can't drop it on the ground because the second you drop it into the ground, it goes from a regular item to like a money item, which you don't pick up normally. It just goes like that.
Yeah, you always have to keep it within your inventory or like other inventories like chests, because the moment it drops to the ground, then it's over.
Yeah,
you don't have to
that
pay
Easy
that.
looks.
that wasn't admin spawn shop. It was actually Justin made the shop. He just overpriced everything to encourage people to trade.
There will be no
That
admin
makes
shop.
sense.
All
Yeah,
the
yeah.
items you could buy
Yeah,
on
makes sense.
spawn will be on the crafting stations, mainly the normal crafting table. For example, insurance tickets or infusion tickets, you will find them there.
Yep. John asked if there's physical banks. No and yes. The banks are tied to a chunk, so you should realistically build like an RP builder, like build your bank there and then set your bank. But it's not a block like before because that had so many issues. Those of you who played season 3 remember all the issues of the bank just not working. So didn't want to repeat of that, so it's gone.
So real.
And there's no bank robberies yet. You just have to like figure something out, I guess. I think we'll start to move on from economy soon because
Was there
unless there's
anything
some
cool?
important
Just
questions. If you have
banners.
any questions
Oh,
about
banners,
the economy,
yeah.
just put it out now. You can also ask
You have a
later,
lot
of
more
course.
banner designs and more colors.
There's a
You
lot
have
to
a
go through, so we
randomizer.
can't get stuck on the taxes for an hour.
I'll mention anything important I see. We can probably move on.
Yeah.
One for my
Okay,
bank.
so I went a little bit
build my
fast
credit,
earlier,
yeah.
but what I was basically trying to show is that now, unlike in season 3,
Yeah, it's pretty high, but I want to keep on
where
keeping it
all
up.
the relationships with other factions were like in the void, they just existed like between people, just knew about them and they had to feel them. Now relations between nations are actually counted. They exist as a part of the plugin, which is what you can see when I open the faction list, right? When I hover over every faction, you can see at the bottom there's a diplomacy part where it says our current relationship, which is none for all of these people, and then our opinion of them is 0, and then their opinion of us is 0, except for Cape Vander, which I've said is friendly. It's going to take a long time to open all of these. Which I've said is friendly. Our attitude towards them is friendly.
That's fucking
So now we have
okay.
a higher opinion of them. And if they set us to friendly, they get a higher opinion of us. So yeah, every faction has one relationship with every other faction, and you have to change that in game. And right now the relationship, like the opinion, takes way faster than it should. Like usually it should take around a little over 2 days to go from 0 to 50. Right now it just took a few minutes.
Just counter pick.
That's
Keep
for
going.
balance reasons. So you can't just like switch relationships on a whim. Like if you've been hostile to someone for weeks, then you can't just become best friends.
He's not making
People are
cheese.
asking what
Cheese
does
chips.
opinion do? Can you explain, Trev?
Right. So that was what I was getting to. Basically, opinion is the
I don't even know.
how do I say this? It decides what kind of relationship you can have. Basically, you cannot ally with someone who doesn't like you. Like even if you like them OOC, then you have to actually like them in game as well in order to be allies. Otherwise, we have the issue where people just like randomly ally someone in a war. But now you actually have to prepare by being like friendly with a nation before you're allowed to ally them. Same thing, you're not allowed to declare war on a nation you really like. You have to actually hate them in order to declare war on them. So that makes it pretty obvious. Like if someone sets you as hostile, you can probably think that they're going to be declaring war sometime in the future, so you have time to prepare. Basically, it gives more time to do stuff. Those are the two main ones. It's really just ally and war that is decided by opinion, and also you just kind of want to, if there's a faction you're unfriendly with, you probably just
You go ahead.
want to RP being unfriendly with their people. It just gives more depth to it, I guess.
Yeah.
I think we can see it here if I try to go to Cape Bander and then I go to diplomacy and then set relation. If I try to set them as ally, it's
Bring ignite flash.
they need a higher opinion of us, equal to plus 40 of us. They currently at 0, so we can't ally. Also, I can't declare war because the opinion of the target is too high.
That's not good.
Nico is asking, is there a way to like plot the betrayal so that the other party doesn't see it coming?
Here's the thing. You cannot initiate the war, but when you're unless you actually hate the target. However, a subject can always rebel against their lord if they're already part of a war. I'll show this in the future when I get to the wars, because when you start a war, all the subjects get called in automatically because they're subjects. But they all have a little button called switch sides, which they can click at any point and they just hop over to the other side. They can be that's the betrayal part. And the reason for that is maybe that they didn't know that, or maybe they were friendly, but then they were told how like they should probably rebel just for one reason or another, and then they were allowed to do that. But the person actually starting the war has to not like the target.
People are asking, what if something very drastic happens to where the relation in RP should change instantly from like friendly to hostile? How does that work on the plugin?
I can add a command for admins to quickly set that up, because there's currently one for setting relation, but not for attitude, or like opinion. Sorry. So I can add that so admins can do it if it's actually like based in RP, and this should really happen.
Let me scroll a bit. There's been a lot of debate and questions. Arcaden's asking, does that include RP in character? Like you can't like a person from the hated faction? I think that's not set in stone. Like there's still some flexibility there.
I mean, like maybe your factions don't like each other, but maybe you like the guy. I don't know. That's up to you. But it's like if you don't know any of the people from that faction and you meet them, but you know that your faction is like you guys are rivals. Obviously, you probably be a little bit hostile to them to the beginning. Yeah. That's just fun. You don't have to. No one's gonna. It's just you have to like try and I don't know, just be fun about it.
Will relationships between two nations, not your own, be transparent?
You're looking to kill level 1 or level 2?
They are currently not, but they will be. Currently, just because I added this yesterday, but basically, right now it only says who their subjects is. But I'll add to their diplomacy tab like other relationships as well. I just haven't added it yet.
Basically run at him. Just run at him,
So
Halo
you'll be
Blaze,
able
thank
to
you,
see
and then do
stuff
whatever
like
you
who
trade.
they're allied to. I think seeing who their opinion of people is not
You don't need
that's not
to.
going to happen. But so that's just something you'll have to
I said
remember if you
music.
talk to them.
Okay,
But
I'm
seeing
gonna
who
do-
they're allied to, that's an official pact, and seeing who their subjects are, that's an official pact. Those things you'll be able to see.
Okay.
This guy Enzo literally already answered that question.
All right, there's a few questions here.
I don't know what you are. Oh,
What do you
So,
want?
Rushrock, you said
no, some
to
Venom enemy
wait.
game.
Oh, that's the suggestion, not a question. Sorry. Red Golf, yeah. If when you talk about like a three-way like alliance where the two parties both have the same ally, it's just whoever calls them in first. Like they have when you allies don't automatically join the war, but they're callable. I'll show you this if I set up some allies later on, where you can call them in, but they have to accept the call to arms, so they can decide who they want to support, or none of them if you don't want to like. If they don't want to support them because they're allied to both of them, I don't know. Depends on your principles, I guess.
Someone asked, is it possible to survive without a faction? Yes, but you should
Yes.
still make one.
Yeah, you can, but
Try
like
Bush.
personally, I think just join one. Join one,
He doesn't care
or
about his jungler.
you can join one and just like chill, I guess, or make one. It's up to you. The thing is, if you don't have a faction, then you're
Not even playing the game.
I don't know. You're a wanderer, I guess.
Yeah,
That's also
yeah,
possible.
like for the sake of how plugins work and everything, you should still make one, even if it's only you, because you never know if you will need it. But yeah, you can play alone.
Oh my god, that asked a
Not
good question.
recommended though.
Yes.
Deer is
We're on
asking,
that.
with this, are there going to be war tickets
Oh,
anymore?
okay.
Yeah, we still have them. The reason for that is just that we want to make sure that the wars are rooted in RP. Like there's a reason for them. Obviously, we're probably going to allow most of them. You don't have to explain as much. We just currently there's no way to judge a war based on code only. So we just want to keep the war tickets just as a precautionary measure. We'll see how it goes. So we're keeping them for now. You just have to say that you want to declare war, and then we'll say yes or no, and then you can click the button.
I want to be careful. Don't trade anymore. He has conk.
But that's about it, really.
As soon as our Halo Blaze comes back up, we could fight him again. But yeah, he's going to have to abandon his buff. You should just vertical jungle.
Riz says, can faction B see faction A hates them?
Go for level 2 gank.
Currently, okay, where's Vulpius? I hate Vulpius. I don't know. What is your flag? There's your flag. Okay, I'm hostile and we're rivals, bro. Okay, never mind me, too. Oh, wait.
We're really
you're already hostile. What is this?
Yeah, I was going to say, level 2 gank is bad.
I'm also hostile to you, Josh.
We are going to fight,
Damn.
guys.
What is
It's
this?
over.
Okay, yeah, you can see their opinion of us is -50. And then you can see, if you click on here, you can see that we're hostile to them, they're hostile to us. So yeah, it's part of here. You can see for all of them. So you can just hover over and see if any of them really hate you, and then you might want to look more into it.
Nico is asking, if I'm a nomad and I make a faction for deploying stuff, do I need to claim a home chunk?
No. The faction bank does not actually have to be part of your claimed land, because there is in fact land claims this season, which we'll get to, and it's not like other plugins. I'm telling you this.
Wait, what does he mean by that?
Yeah, it's
Rep is being mysterious, guys.
Fair enough.
No, but you need to actually like place the bank somewhere, but like you can move it anywhere. So if you're a nomad, you would just do whenever you put down somewhere, you just go faction set bank here. Whatever you build like a little tent there or whatever, and then you can put down the bank. Then you move. Let's say you move here, and then now it's here. Then you can just move the bank. Obviously, don't abuse this. Like if you're going somewhere and then you just put the bank in the middle of the wilderness because you need to access it quickly. Like if you do that, that's just dumb. Please don't. We'll have to add checks to that, and you'll just ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah, also, it's very easy to check commands being used by people. So yeah, don't do it.
If we see people doing set bank 10 times and when they're out traveling, like that's just gonna be banned. Sorry, you know that's not right.
I'm gonna make robots. I'm gonna make robots.
Can only the faction leader change the bank location?
Yeah.
Probably
Only
put a
faction leader
cooldown
changes
on
it.
it then.
That
Like
seems
just
a
make
good
I
the
mean,
command
don't really
cooldown.
need to unless, like, what if you put it in the wrong place? I don't know. You're not gonna move it that often.
Maybe have a confirm command.
Well,
Like, you have to type the command
write
twice.
if you write slash
Also,
faction
double
set
mix and
bank,
help you very
then
much.
that's on you.
Also, I think there's some
Don't do that.
questions about the land claims. Like, I don't think it will be like a hard lock. Like, you can't access anything in anyone else's claims. It's
No, not at all. That doesn't have anything to do with it.
yeah, but that's kind of
this is
the
a cool
attitude that I'm
system.
getting from.
Yeah. We'll get there,
Yeah.
guys. Trust in the process. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's not what you think.
It's not. It's not factions. Don't worry. It's not like you can. Oh, you
You
can
won't
break
have
this
to
lock
build
because
an
someone else
obsidian
added it.
cube. Don't worry.
No, don't worry. Yeah, there's none of that. This is cool. This is just cool.
It's cool, Jason. It's cool.
I guess.
Okay, I was worried because I hate
Yeah, how is the
those.
balance
I
of manpower?
I hate land claims.
Yeah.
Yeah. But two more questions about the faction that just came.
Okay.
through.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The different roles inside the faction.
Different roles. What?
Does work at level 6?
Just what are the different roles in the faction?
I guess he means
There's-
like leader and whatever, but that's obviously only the leader.
There's
Yeah,
only
it's
the leader and then members. It's like
leader and
everything else you just make up.
Oh, vassal roles.
Oh, vassal roles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can actually go through those. That's a good idea. I can't set them as vassals, but I'll go through anyway. So this is Cape Vander, right? I love them. They're my buddies. There's 4 different vassal types. Because obviously over here we have none. There's no relationship. You have ally. That's just
No.
being allies. You go to war
You live
together.
pretty long, so you should
This is
have
test. Don't worry
together.
about that. Rival. Don't like them. Tributary.
You would've had to
That's
do them
like
right
a
now.
subject, except they're not a subject. They just pay tax to you. They don't actually do anything else. They're not part of your wars or anything. They just pay you money.
So, for example, you declare on someone, you win the war, and you say, okay, you are going to be my tributary now, you will have to
Yeah.
pay taxes to me. And
That's
it.
one of the war goals you can select. Is making someone your tributary. That's a war goal you can do. So tributary is just they pay 3% tax to you. But these 4 here are the subjects. So here you have basic subject. This is going to change a little bit. There's going to be some bonuses to it because currently it's just negatives, which is not right. There should be some bonuses to it because the other ones do have that. Subject is just the normal one. You pay tax, you give levies, and then you. It says prestige to overlord, but that's not. You don't actually give prestige to overlord. It's just that 5% of your prestige is also added to your overlord, so it's just more prestige for both for the overlord for no cost. Really. So that's your basic one, subject. Then you have March, which is like if you want to have like a strong army subject. They don't pay any taxes. However, they give you half their army to as levies, but they also pay half for their military upkeep, so they can have twice as big an army as everyone else.
What?
For the same cost. And then they also give the prestige as well. So March is for war. Mercantile, that's for if you want to be a subject but you don't want to actually go to war or anything. Like you don't want to go to war with anyone or be part of any wars. You just you can just chill and only pay
Wait,
taxes.
so it
And then
does
you also
benefit
get yourself a
people to join
little
Vassal.
boost to your node.
Yeah, 'cause you get nodes
It's
for
now
joining.
5% faster. You give no levies, you're not part of the wars, and also prestige goes out. And then Platinet is the last one. That's like it's like a prestige subject, where basically, here's the first thing you can see that the other ones only had modifiers for the subject,
So you should play as Russia.
but this one
Yeah,
actually has
okay.
modifiers for the overlord. Is that you get less de jure requirement,
So you
which we
actually
will
fight.
get to. This has to do with the land, and this is actually pretty powerful. These guys pay 5% tax. They give less levies than subjects, but they give more more prestige, and they have a 10% prestige bonus to themselves as well. So they just get extra prestige, and they also have way less de jure requirement, which is pretty good. Any questions about these
Alright.
types and
Yeah,
stuff I
we've
need to go
got two
into?
questions about the tributary system. Here's asking if why they pay tax instead of actual
You could.
tribute.
We're just gonna get W'd.
Because I think
It's just
that if
this
they
easier
just
system.
don't earn anything, they won't pay anything, so that
Yeah.
doesn't feel like tribute.
They just pay tribute on what they earn. That's just how it is. It's
Yeah,
the
that's just
simplest
how
way
it
to
is.
do it, really.
So, but if a faction doesn't earn anything and doesn't pay tribute, is there a way for the overlord to force them to pay stuff? But that would be an
I
RP,
guess
right?
you can go to war and just put war reparations instead, because those
Yeah,
are like discussed. That's the war reparations are basically the difference is that if you go to war and you want war reparations, you just want
I
like
don't
an
know.
instant
I
payout
gotta
or
finish
something.
Titanic
That could be resources or anything.
because
No,
it's less
that
expensive.
could
But tributary is like
force
over time.
someone to pay tribute.
I
And
I mean, if they don't want to pay, you have to go to war with them anyway, really, or you tell them to start paying, or you go to war. So that's how
yeah,
it would. That's how I would do it. I would say I would show up and say, listen, you're gonna start paying, or we're gonna go to war. Go to war and get war reparations instead. So you're paying either way, basically.
Yep. And Nettie is asking, is there a way to keep track of how much someone pays you, like a tribute pays you?
I was gonna add a. I was thinking of adding a ledger where it's just like what you've earned from who, but I haven't had time to add it yet. So currently, no. Money just appears in your account basically, in the faction account.
Alright, does that answer the questions at the end there? It does, okay.
Okay.
So we can move on.
Where was I going? I completely forgot. I guess we should look at the military then. That's like the next level before we go on to the actual map system.
Wait, has you explained what the jur is?
No, that's with claims.
Every faction now has this tab here, which is called military. And you can click to view military. This is all these military. Actually, I'm gonna check my own military here. This is military view. You can see the showcase military currently has 0 soldiers designated available for offensive actions and 6 soldiers available for defense. But it also has no upkeep. So this is the free army. This is the army that everyone gets when they make their faction. Because basically you now have regiments, and you have 3 regiment types. You have the professional army. The professional army is the expensive one, but it has the bonus of that you are allowed to use this when you're attacking someone else. This is your offensive troops, basically. The prices may change. These are just placeholders. I put something down. And then you have the militia, and the militia can only be used for defense. They are defensive troops. That's why you can see it says 0/6 here, because I have 0 professional army, but I have 6 militia, so I have troops. But then you have a third one, which is levies, and these are the ones that you get from your vassals, and I'll get to those. But you can see the first one here is that you can increase and decrease the size of your regiments. These currently take 10 seconds. They'll take way, way longer. It's just currently 10 seconds. So, for example, you can start queuing upgrades. And you will start expanding your army. And now you can see that we have 1 soldier for offense here, but also our upkeep has gone up.
Golden King's asking how much upkeep is paid every day.
It's just it's 1 cycle per day. It's 24 hours for 1 payment.
Damn.
So those 18 dinars there, so it's 18 dinars per day, basically, every 24 hours.
That's so much. Give me it, Jason.
Dude, they have to make.
Well, you can fight there.
So
where
now
you
if we
help,
go
where
here, you
you
can see
power?
the army.
No, you can't. You have Q. You have Q. Fight him.
No, I have three
What
troops
are you
for
doing?
offense. So if I declare war, I have 3 men I can send
bro,
to
fight
war.
him.
Brother, pretty self-explanatory, simple stuff really. You can decreasing them as instants. So you can always just demobilize or remove troops, but it takes time to build them up, which means that there's another level of preparing for wars that you have to actually spend the time necessary to get yourself into a position where you have enough troops to attack someone. So it's not as simple to to just surprise yourself on someone, I guess.
How much is that gonna cost?
And you can't also show up with 20 people if you don't have an army that's capable of handling 20 people, I guess is how you would put that.
Dude, it's gonna cost like a whole.
Sorry.
$200
Are
a
levies
day.
both defense and offense?
$200
Yes,
a day.
they are.
Yes.
And this is why having
That's
subjects is
ridiculous,
such a
bro.
positive thing. It's because the militia are
It's not
sent
even
as
being enough
levies
people to
from the
have
subject
subjects,
to the
bro.
overlord, but the overlord can use those militia who usually are only used for defense, but now they're levies. They have to do what their lord is telling them or their overlord is telling them, so they have to go to war offensively as well. This is why if we look at the Arvis Republic, which is the faction that I said, which is the biggest one, they have a lot of subjects, right? So if we go to their military, they don't have a professional army, but they still have 8 troops for offense, and that's because they're getting levies from their
Dude, we might actually have to do Dr.
their
Bull's thing
subjects
of
here.
splitting up.
Oh, that's kind of annoying.
The money taken from the
We might
military is
actually
just
have to do
gone.
it,
That's
dude.
it's just it's money sink. Way to get money out of the economy. Just
They go from the wave. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why does militia cost upkeep if they're untrained and only defend? Aren't they just conscripts forced to battle?
It's like city guard. You're just paying people to patrol technically, and
Yeah.
the whole like the way I justify the money in my head like in RP is that you're paying for like the food or whatever and the equipment or like barracks
that's
whatever.
fine.
So it's like
You are
basically
getting
that
screwed.
your army is able to handle 10 militias that you have to pay to get that. I guess is the way I would explain it.
Dude, I feel like we're gonna get more bankrupt from declaring war than getting anything from war.
Is there a
go with
difference in
upkeep,
allowed
is there-
equipment for different type of troops? No, there is no difference.
Nope.
We did talk about doing that, but we feared that it was way too complex for now. So yeah, not for now. Maybe
Yep.
if everything works well and we think it's a nice idea, it could happen.
Yeah, it
But
might
not
change
yet.
in the future. We just we're keeping a bit of a simple system to begin with, just
Yeah.
so less things can break on launch, basically.
How would military alliances work in a defensive battle? Could they send their militia?
No. So when you're helping as an ally, you can only send your offensive troops.
that's okay.
Like no
That's
matter
reasonable.
what, you're only ever sending your offensive troops. So you're not sending your militia.
Dude, we're so good.
There is only one scenario
What's
where
with them
you're
people
able to
thinking
send
there's
militia into an
NPCs, bro?
offensive war, and that is when you're fighting a civil war, because when you're fighting a civil war, it's just
There's no
everyone's
way
fighting
answer you.
everyone, so that's when everyone's called in, no matter what. But allies still
Forgot.
only ever do
What's this motherfucker's name again?
Chaka. Just put Chaka.
yeah, only do
Trigger.
offensive troops, yeah.
I said, I know. What caught that game?
It's because they have the freaking same profile picture.
Yeah, never
Yellow.
NPC plugin, never again. But that killed the original map.
That killed season 0.
Rip to Vanis.
Dude, I feel like this is.
If the
all that
upkeep
happens.
for the military is too much, we can slow it down. But basically, we just want to make sure that people can't go around having an army of like 20 people,
Yeah, that's reasonable.
and then it doesn't cost them a thing. Like we want to make it somewhat reasonable. Like you have to really go in for it if you wanna be a huge conqueror. Unless you have subjects. That's why we also want to encourage vassalization,
Dude, you
because
gotta
you get
conquer
free soldiers
everybody.
basically.
You just have to.
And that
Uh,
way also
okay.
the if people are grinding like, I don't know, 12 hours a day and get like 10 slots to attack a faction of 10 but they're not as active, like it's balanced since they're the defender, they don't really have to pay as much. So, or not at all.
But obviously, if we see that having an army is too expensive, we can lower the cost. That takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, the question from Nettie is, wouldn't it be better for players to make a player economy and pay their own guards? feels weird. To have
It
money.
would, but the sneaking suspicion is that people are just gonna say, "Nah, we're not gonna pay," and then people don't pay their guards because no one's done that ever before. Like,
How would a
and people are not
skirmish
gonna
work?
do that really unless it's like an
Military-wise?
automatic system.
Yeah,
Because
they send both
at some point
offensive
people are gonna be like, "No, I
arms
don't
together.
want to do this. Like, it's too much work," and then they're just gonna forget about it, and then
So it's to
you have a
count towards
free
the
army,
military?
and then the whole balance
Yeah,
system
standing
goes
army, I
down the
think.
drain. Obviously, if we were able to, in the future, it might be a better system where you actually part of the money gets paid to the players. But currently, you can't enlist in the army because it's just a number right now. It's just it's been a lot of code, guys. It just takes time. It'll be better in the future. This is the first
Yeah,
draft.
numbers are not final, so.
Yeah.
I haven't kept track. Does anyone know what question we are at? Which ones have been answered?
What?
Not really, but I'll double down on what Drift said that on Nethy's question, that this plugin is definitely a better way to keep stuff balanced. So, and the thing of people doing their own economy can definitely lead to
Costs no mana.
silly stuff like 5 new people appear for their war. Oh, your guards, I'll give you some dinar, and they're never seen again.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, do we
It's
always
here
need a
for
standing
mostly
army
balanced reasons,
24/7?
The upkeep and stuff,
No.
just to.
So
That's
yeah,
what
we
I was
only need
thinking.
it for
They
like.
just, take out their
As,
status
yeah,
and just put
as,
it on
as
the
I
You have to
said,
make
just
it, you have to
keep
make it,
keep
you
the
still have to make
armies
it.
as something you have to
What do you
think a
mean?
little bit about.
It's just
For the
make
queue
it right
time.
before you fight? Oh,
Yeah.
For the queue
time.
time.
And you can't just
Yes, it's
decide
not
that
gonna
you're
be 10
gonna have a
seconds,
massive
it's
army and not pay anything for it because you don't want to.
Alright,
Well, we only
next
like
question.
it's like realistic.
How long
Like
does it take
you only
to put in
arm
/
up
take out players?
when you're getting ready
I
for
think
war.
that hasn't been decided yet.
It really depends on the queue time, I think.
No, it's not
Really?
been decided
Yeah,
yet.
it
I mean,
does.
I have a number in my head, but I'm not going to reveal it yet.
If it's like 5 whole days, yeah, we cannot rely.
It's going to take a little bit. Yeah, but again, you don't. It's not specific
think
players. You just it's slots. You're expanding slots, which I'll show when I declare a dummy war here
Yeah.
soon.
A slot can be used by any one of the faction, basically.
Yeah.
Any faction member can be on the slot. If you have 7 slots and 10 faction members, only 7 people of the faction could actually go into war.
Why would you chase him? Are you crazy?
Alright. Next question is how many levies do the different vessel types provide? I think you went over the March one. So I don't know if you...
Subjects would provide 25% of each of the regiments, so that's 2, I think. 1
and the
or 2
March
they
provide
send out of the base one because they have 6. I don't know. You have to do the math, but they send 25% of their troops there. They send us levies. March sends 50%, so that half of them, and then Palatinate sends 10%, I think.
Oh yeah.
And Mercantile sends none, so they don't send any troops. Which is why if you look at the Arbus Republic and you look at their military, you can see Goldmir is sending 0 troops. It's because they're a mercantile subject, so they don't send any soldiers.
I am a robot.
Okay, answering to Enzo, can you take away an army slot when not in war and then immediately pay only during war?
Nope.
Exactly. Like the idea behind the time for the slots to increase is to stop these things from happening. So if you are going to have a war in like 1 day, for example, and you want to increase your slots just the day before, yeah, good luck, I guess.
Yeah. So you basically have to plan, but then if you start running out of money and you don't have any more enemies anymore, you can instantly get rid of slots. You just can't instantly put them back.
Yeah, that's a.
Can an overlord command its
bad.
subject to change vassal type?
No, you can't command them, but you can ask them by just sending them a new request for a new vessel type. So you can't really command them, I guess. But I mean, in RP, you can say you want to be a march, and if they say no, then you can become hostile, and then you can declare war with the subjugate war goal, and that's a way to do it.
I don't care about any of their political views.
You can't really just tell. You obviously, again, you can't tell them to become something else, and they have to accept it. It's RP. If they don't want to do it, then you RP it. But you can change
That's
it
not really
physically,
cool.
like in the plugin. Yes.
Dude, there's just no
So
option.
you're
When a
not locked
vassal.
in.
Oh, sorry.
Hmm.
When a vassal is rebelling against the overlord, can overlord militia fight since it's defensive?
Yeah, because that's a civil war.
Okay, thank God. Okay.
So when a vassal is fighting their overlord, both sides are set up as set as civil war participants, which means that all their troops come in. So the overlord militia is helping as well. Which
What
is
will
why subjects,
mercenary? Oh, sorry.
yeah, which is why subjects
what-
usually want to band together. Yeah.
Okay, what will mercenary companies do? Are they going to be vassals for a limited time, or do they just come in and do the fighting?
Currently, it's with the warbands plugin. It's currently the mercenaries can just make their own warband and join the battle. I haven't set it up so that they join the war, the actual war yet. I'm not sure how we want to do it. We'll figure something out. Currently, I haven't gotten to mercenaries yet. Mercenary company is just a title you can have. We'll figure something out for mercenaries. If not, it'll just be very basic to begin with, and then we'll figure something out after launch. It depends really what is most balanced and not too hard to do.
Yeah,
So
most likely.
right now you just join as a warband.
Yeah, mercenaries will be factions that don't really have any land, and instead just like offer their resources to fight. Like they wouldn't be on the title fights and anything else.
Yeah, Death and Mercs, bro. I don't want that. I don't want
All
to repeat
right.
of season 2.
Will rebelling vassals be allowed to seek out allies before they formally rebel?
What'd you say?
So like support independence.
Season 2
or
was just
not?
basically a Merc fest.
Oh yeah, no.
yeah.
There's no such thing as where you have like integrated. Like you remember season 2 where you had integrated diplomacy. That was something that it's just like in RP. Their vassals have their own diplomacy. They can have their own allies. So if you have an ally as a vassal, when you declare war for independence, you can call those allies in. So you can definitely get yourself some support before. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah.
Let's see next one.
Wouldn't
Do
that
nodes
make
have any
vessels be able
relation?
to? Yeah, sorry. I just saw that Rutud asked.
Oh yeah,
if
answer that one. That's more related.
Yeah,
to
if
independence.
the vassals can overpower the overlord. Yes, technically, but remember you still have to actually fill those 6 slots. That has to be players. And also that unless if you're an overlord and all your subjects rebel, you're gonna be fucked either way. Like the way it's set up is that your power comes from your subjects, and you want to keep them in line and happy. So if they're all rebelling, you're gonna die. But if they're
Also,
not dying, then hopefully, like if you have a strong march subject, they're gonna send you a lot of troops there as well. So you're probably gonna be fine. And then if you're already a strong nation, probably someone's gonna want to be your ally because you're a strong nation, so you can get them to help you as well. So it's like it's geopolitics. Just like be prepared.
Yeah, and there's still RP involved. Like that's the bottom line of all of this. It's still
Yeah.
RP based. So a vessel has to have a good reason to rebel against you.
If you're an overlord and you have subjects that aren't going to rebel
Do they
and
answer my
actually
question?
fight with you in the civil war, then that makes a non-unified civil war of a single vassal a lot more difficult.
Yeah. But it can very quickly get out of hand for overlords when their vassals start switching sides. That's true.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with vassals having their own alliance. That just tells me that they're about to betray me.
Let's see. What's Nettie's question? Do nodes have any relation with a vessel overlord mechanic,
Yours was
or
like,
are
what was
they
the question
independent
again?
mechanics?
What is that?
In other words, do nodes have any relation with what? Sorry.
With the vessel system. I don't exactly know what.
No, you can.
No.
The changes for nodes is that you need to have at least 4 members in your faction to be allowed to have a node. And
Dang, bro.
you
So no solo
can only have
factions.
one node. There's no increase in stuff.
Rip
So
to,
basically,
Where to?
what's the nigga's name?
yeah,
Rip
4
to-
members in your faction is It gets you that one node, and then you can use it. And then the only connection between that and subject relationship is that if you're a mercantile subject, your node is 5% faster than everyone else's.
Lava.
There aren't naturally spawned structures, but there's cool builds on the map. Oh, Fran, I already got to you.
Enzo asked if a vassal of a rebelling vassal can switch sides. Yes, they can. So if there's a 3-level hierarchy where you have the overlord of the vassal and the vassal of the vassal, if the vassal decides to rebel, then the vassal of the vassal can be like, I am not part of this. I like the overlord more than you, and they can switch sides over to the other side. Wait, they're going to become independent, but you can fix that in RP.
And then they can become the owner of that other vassal.
What the like the vassal?
Fuck? Okay.
Yeah,
vassal,
exactly.
the vassal starts rebelling.
A lot of fun things you can do with this.
Okay,
so cool. It's
the
opening scenes of a messy war might be a lot of people switching side.
Individual person, you kind of do that through RP. Like if I guess someone really doesn't like their faction, they fight for the overlord instead of them if they're a vassal. I guess it's yeah.
I think it was asking about the taxes for individual members. There's no.
God damn it! What the fuck?
There's unfortunately haven't had the time to make the system that intricate yet. There's just been so much stuff, so it's a very basic system for now. In the future, something that could be added, but I just don't have the dev time to do that unless we're launching in Christmas. So right now it's just tax on everyone.
Corn King is asking if someone declares war on one of your vessels, will the overlord only be able to send the professional army or also the militia because it's defensive?
This is something that we will fix in War Tickets unless I actually put a fix right in the plugin. I probably will. It's like in Crusader Kings, if you declare war on a vassal, you're actually declaring war on the overlord. So it's just you're going to be declaring war on the overlord and not the vassal.
So I can't defend.
But the vassal is going to be
if
probably going to be called in as
yes, we
what's
could
called the main participant because they're the ones you're after. So. Yeah, it's that hasn't been done yet because the whole system is pretty convoluted. So it just takes a bit of time to set up new buttons and new relationships and stuff like that to try and cover as many edge cases as possible, so stuff does not break when there's 50 factions.
Imagine declaring war on a tribute nation.
Our military slots public
That's
information.
crazy.
Well, in CK3, you don't rely on your overlord to fight.
Currently they are. I'll probably do some obscurity to them.
No, but tribute nation's you're paying.
Depends how much time I have. Really. At launch, everyone's gonna have the same slots anyway, so people know. But we'll see what I have time to do. It's kind of a race to get everything done right now. And there's a lot of smaller things that are pretty easy to do that might come later.
Declare war without needing.
I saw Radgov asked about some relationship stuff with if the ally of one nation is the subject of the other side of the war, then can they join the war? Yes, currently they can. That's not how it's supposed to be. I'll thank you for mentioning that. I didn't think of that, so I'll have to add a fix for that. So you're not allowed to go to war with your liege, no, unless you switch sides, I guess. In faction, I have 2 leaders. In plugin, no. In RP, yes. That's up to you. Hold on. I'm gonna switch windows because I have to change stream. You're just gonna see Discord for now because I have to fix something.
have 15.
Who online does not have a faction? Oh wait, no, Fran does have a faction. Okay, Fran, I'm gonna put you in charge of another faction.
Sure.
Quickly, because I want to. I don't want to go to war with Volpius because it's just a landless one. So I want to.
You can go to war. You can go to war with me.
No, but you don't have any subjects. I want to go to war with someone who has subjects, so we can see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me think about this. I want to. Actually, I'll put myself in charge of one, and then I'll put myself in charge of Wythe. That's me.
And you're now in hospital.
Just give me a second. I have to do this manually.
Let's ask if there will be a twerking emote in the game now. For RP reasons.
Amen, brother.
Shut up.
You never know when you'll use it, man.
You can just ask me more questions if there's any questions currently.
You have any questions?
Did ask question.
I'm not asking that.
Why?
Yeah.
The helper role's immediately gonna get stripped from him. Oh.
Okay,
The helper
now
role is
I'll
gone.
switch back to my screen.
I'm so glad that they're not giving
All right.
single player nations notes.
Okay, so now I can show you the war
Really?
system because I just put myself quickly in charge of
Yes,
Wythe,
bro,
which
we
is
shouldn't be
the
so that
subject of the
powerful,
Irish
man.
Republic, which is now controlled by
Like,
Fran.
all of his, you
So,
could have just
Fran,
warred him or
let's.
just took everything
I'm gonna
if you really wanted to.
quickly make you hostile, and we'll just
You're
have
an
to
asshole,
put that
Tim.
take down. Can you make me hostile as well? I guess. You
Yeah.
don't have to, but you can.
Okay, where are you? Here.
Lava chicken. Lava. Lava chicken.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're gonna have to wait a little bit because I don't have a command to set the relationship. Okay, hold on. You guys gonna see you're gonna see Discord again for 2 seconds while I just brute force this.
See if you can counterpick. Pick 5.
Can a vassal of a vassal have a vassal? I think so.
Yeah, you can go. You can continue on for as long as
Yeah.
you
Is that
want.
like a tongue
really.
twister he
Yeah,
just
there is
said?
no
What was
limit.
that?
Yeah.
Can a vassal of can a vassal who has a vassal have taxes? I'm not sure. AD taxes. I'm not sure if what
You
that means.
only you don't like the taxes you pay to your
vassal or the
overlord. They
vassal?
don't. That money that you just paid does not get additionally taxed. If that makes sense. I think that's what he meant.
No, you're not good. They're picking last. Second to
Root
last.
to what do you mean?
Okay, it's okay. You can pick a general good pick. Like, let me see.
Okay, are we back?
Either volley, jack, set, maybe.
All right,
Math is
now
okay as well.
you can see I really dislike the Arvis Republic, which is our overlord, and now I'm first. Actually, where's yours?
Bro, why are you reporting him?
Where's the Arcane Academy here? Nope, that's not that one. What was your code? So tied with the perplex. I'm just gonna set you as hostile as well, just so I can show a normal war as well, not the Overlord war. Arvis Republic. We hate them. We've been going for a while now. This has been taking down for some time, and we want to get free. So we're gonna click this, and we're gonna declare war. And now you can check that by going to /faction war list, and here you can see the Wythe versus Arvis Republic, which you can click on, and here's the war view. Currently, this button is always visible. It won't be visible if you can't switch sides. So currently,
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
that's just
Red
debug.
Golf, yeah, is as it was.
This is the war view, and here you can see that the main attacker is Wythe, but you can see it says Civil War here because I was the subject. And then the main defender is the Arvis Republic, which is also Civil War. This just has the ID, that's so you can tell admins which war to end, once the war has to end. And here you can see these are the people who are participating on their side, and these are the people who are participating on my side. and these are called main participants. And every main participant can call in their subjects and their allies. If that makes sense. So basically, my subjects can have allies, but I can't call those into the war because these, if you click here, you can see the subjects are currently secondary participants, which means they cannot call their allies. They're just being called in themselves.
Pretty much.
I also have no ally to call in, so I should probably set that up.
You're gonna have to kill him early.
I'm gonna ally to someone.
Ally to me.
No, we're gonna go to war.
We're gonna go to war?
Yeah. Sorry, I don't like you.
Shit, man.
Oh fuck! I can't do it.
I have no.
Can they end the war themselves, or do you have to?
Yeah,
as a mod,
forgot
have
this.
to end
I
it?
forgot that it still checks that.
Okay.
Can we just set ourselves to friendly just quickly, and we'll fix that later. I'll show it when the next war happens. Anyway, back to the war. So you can see here, these are main participants. If I click on the Arbus Republic are my enemy, you can see they have 4 subjects that they're, and you can see how many soldiers they're sending. And you can also see that it says click to set a war goal, because I haven't set a war goal on anyone yet.
You rage.
Now, the thing is, you're setting a war goal, for example, on the Arbus Republic. I want... well, ideally I'd want independence, but I forgot how I set it up, so I can't actually ask for independence now, so I'm just going to ask for war reparations instead. That's a bug, that'll be fixed. You will be able to ask for independence. Yeah, this is now you can see our world goal against them is war reparations, but let's say I want to get something from someone else, like, I don't know, I don't like the Dendon Freehold, I want them to pay me money as well. Like, I want to set I want them to pay war reparations as well. But you see here, the Dendon Freehold is a secondary participant, so if I add that war goal, it will make them a main participant, and because they're currently now being targeted, so now they're actually fully part of the war. They're not just helping. And that means they can send their own allies into the war. So if I did that, now they show up here, the Dendon Freehold, but they don't have any subjects or anything, so that makes sense. There's probably going to be questions to this, but this is the basic setup. And
natural lights.
Why did the Republic of Lantar join the war? What?
Because I clicked on them as well. Like I did the same.
Oh yeah, okay, yes, you did the war goal on them. I was confused for a second. Yeah, they were my subject. Yeah, they've joined the war now.
Oh, this is an interesting one. Can vassals under the same liege go to war with each other without the top dog interrupting?
I'm still working on the vassal war system. Hopefully, yes, that'll be possible. I'll see what I have to, what I'm able to do. The system is like it's convoluted, so it's hard to code because I didn't think of everything when I started. So I just made a dumb system basically. And now it's on cost fallacy. Yeah, I keep working with a dumb system. I'm gonna make it so you can go to war with fellow vassals. Yeah, it's just a little difficult at the moment.
Yeah, if we compare with like Crusader Kings, for example, there you have crown authority, where the higher the crown authority is, the easier it is to stop vassal wars, right? So I guess you could just RP that in a way. Is your overlord very strong? Do they like control everything so much? Would they not allow wars, or is an overlord that doesn't really have the power to stop their vassals?
I mean, you still beat him if he
that
plays
basically
like this.
depends on the RP.
Yep.
Just keep queuing him and you win pretty much. When you hit level 2, you should win him because you have a best game.
Pros and cons of being a primary participant. If you're a primary participant, you're allowed to set your own war goals. So obviously we don't have anyone currently playing in the Dendon Freehold or the Republic of Lantar, because those are just random names I put in. But if the faction leader there decided that, hey, okay, someone is targeting me, now I want something back, so they can set their own war goals as well. So you have the option of getting something back from the war, basically. Secondary participants. If you're a secondary participant, basically, if you lose the war, nothing's gonna happen to you, really, unless the war goal has something to do with
you don't kill him. You have to W him.
Like if it's a transfer subject or something, it might affect you, but most of the time it's not going to affect you.
You didn't move your queue. It's hard push, like you can't. You could ask Ivan to come. He probably will fight
Wait
you.
for Nico to finish his question. I think he asked one.
Brother,
Nukes.
you don't want this way.
Listen, the
Look at him, got Ivan, he has a shield.
we've already shown those. They're not currently on the server anyway, so I can't actually show them, even if I wanted to.
Nice. You could ask him to help.
Could this become a death? Yes, it can, but obviously we want to
it's
make sure
kinda
that
too
you know
late,
you
but-
actually. If people start targeting dumbly and just like making insane
that way it's a
demands
good
that don't
spot
make
for
any
you.
sense, we're just gonna delete the war and then you have to redo it. And if you keep messing it up and not doing what we're telling you, we're just gonna not allow the war to happen in the first place and then just
Sure.
ban people. So try to you can keep demanding from secondary participants and turning them into main ones, but like make it reasonable. If it makes sense, you can do it. Like if you have a good reason why you want to target a
Dude,
subject
someone
of
gotta show
someone, ban them
Crow
all,
a
you can do
goddamn,
it, but
a
otherwise,
goddamn
try not
desert.
to.
Why?
Fourth time I've seen. Show me a desert, please.
Why does bro even want
John
to
says,
live in a
"Show
desert?
me a desert, please." Okay. Where is it?
Oh,
Wait, holy shit, holy shit!
It's
Yes.
creepy
Oh
to
my
me, I
god.
guess.
It's the south.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
there's one
I
there.
wasn't looking at this. I wasn't going for the southern one. Okay.
You can jump, yeah, you can
Oh,
jump.
you okay?
Oh, here.
Yo, we're getting leaks. The storm coast.
Welcome
W leaks.
Ew,
to the desert.
why is it so high?
Ew.
This is the
Is
Highlands.
this
Damn, guys, we had a good desert.
Yeah, we had a good desert. Ew.
It's rock and snow and sand. That's all you have.
This guy said
Just
fuck.
Jump hard and just dive him.
There's not really much here other than rock, snow,
What's
and
up?
sand.
What's up?
Or you could just let it push and then screw him.
That's actually
yeah,
the
that's a good
biggest
idea.
fuck you. This desert's actually the biggest fuck you.
If you honestly set up a freeze,
You said
maybe
fuck.
if you don't want to shove it out. If you kill like a couple more
Okay,
minions, and then just, like
I think this
leave
is
those.
that's good enough. We can show the other
We'll push
war
back too, but-
afterwards. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't. It's the same
What
thing.
the fuck
except
is
with
that?
the participants is different.
Where's the
It's not a civil
front
war. This one was
They
currently
already
a
announced
civil war.
that
The
they're
other
doing
one
wildlands?
wouldn't be, but I think
Is
it's
there
time
anything
we
like it? Like,
go
like
for the
exploration
No
big one,
wildlands?
which is
But
the
what is
the claim
this?
system, which is probably my favorite part of this whole system. Because you see, we have the map, which I've been flying and walking around
Wait, I think
for a
he's
little bit,
in the wildlands.
and we
That's what I'm
realized
saying. It looks like that's what I was
we've
thinking. It
always
looks like
had
Wildlands.
the server map, which is drawn by someone to show where the borders of each nation is. But the thing with that is that you could just draw wherever, and you could just make it whatever you wanted. And then there was also the thing of like claiming way too much land, or that you were never going to use. There's a bunch of stuff basically, and then someone had to actually make it. So we decided a claiming
He did
system would
flash
actually
earlier, but he
be
probably has it
more
back.
beneficial than having the
Maybe.
map claims Discord stuff. Now, the way that probably every other server does it really is that you
It's all
claim
5, so that's the best.
based on
No,
chunks,
Wildlands
because
thing is
obviously
not-
Minecraft
it's
has the chunk
Okay.
system, but that's dumb. It's boring because every border is going to be square. So I went through the trouble of
don't you just
manually drawing
Why don't you just
provinces on the entire map, and this is the map. However, you can't see the terrain.
Map reveal, what?
So
Eat a biscuit.
this
There you go.
is
Nice.
the map.
Take a picture,
could
take a
have
picture.
flash
I got it.
There's a lot of land on this one compared to the other one. It's not two continents, it's one big one with a few islands.
Lot left.
And I went over and I drew I
love how we
ordered
all
everything
took a
in,
picture.
sectioned everything into provinces. I'll give you a little second just to look at the
Holy
map here,
fuck,
but I'll post
wait,
this
whoa!
after so you'll be able to see it.
We all already took pictures.
Oh, okay. I was on my
Literally
phone.
4 of us did. Literally 4 of us did, bro.
Provinces.
Wait, what is this?
As you can see,
Provinces.
they were all drawn in.
Oh, just like
these are
research thing?
provinces
Like codex?
No,
which
it's
you
like
can claim in game. Don't worry about the color. The color doesn't matter.
It's a
You
claim.
won't
It's like
actually
claim.
see this map. You'll only see this
No
map this once.
way.
You'll never see it again.
That's crazy.
And the way it works is that you claim somewhere in game. Oh, I closed the thing.
That's crazy.
So let's say, oh, which faction? I'm part
All
of
left,
the
yay, yay.
Oh
Lion
my
faction.
god.
So I guess just
So
for
now we
Oh,
can't
no
just like
problem.
I'll just
build over.
claim
Okay,
here.
it makes
I don't know,
sense.
to just
could
show
R
us
Oh wow,
just
okay, I'm
the-
trying to
Yeah,
avoid
no,
spoilers.
You're just-
Yeah,
you
what
should
the
get
fuck was
out.
that? What the fuck was that?
No. Yes, nice. And he has no R. He
Careful,
screwed
you
himself.
replied.
Oh, oops.
And
Don't
she's
worry.
won. We can kill him.
Yeah, here. I'll just do. You can do /faction claim, and then you can claim. Oh, that's actually the first province I made. Damn.
He's so stupid.
And you can claim a province, and then you're wondering, okay, well, what does this do? Well, may I present to you the faction map. This is a website. I went full screen so you can see the address yet because it's not ready. This
What?
is a website
That's
which
pretty dope.
now shows the faction map, and it updates dynamically, which
That's
means
a massive
that
faction.
nobody has to draw this. The server just draws it on its own.
Well,
And this
actually
will
so
show
cool.
the borders of the nations. Obviously, I claimed this little here, but it takes a little while to show up, so it's not gonna. I think, yeah, it's not gonna show up yet.
It refreshes at like certain intervals.
Yeah,
It's gonna
it doesn't update all the time because otherwise it would take too much power. So it just updates every once in a while. But you can see you can hover over nations and then you can see their territory in game based on the provinces that they control. So you can see here's the Arvis Republic. This I think would have changed because I think I'm currently independent. How do I?
Wait, this is automatic, Brown?
Oh, I can reload. Yep. Okay.
Yes,
Here we
it's
go.
automatic.
What?
Here's the new map. Yeah, you can see why the nation I had is now currently.
Bring him off.
You can see I just took over this.
We get back. Yeah, he's dead.
The map changed.
Nah,
This
I
over
see what
here,
they mean
and
by this is
then,
gonna be the biggest.
You may
season
be
ever.
asking, well, what about all the subjects? Of course,
This is better than any other
these are
server I've
the
ever
these
seen.
are the top overlords, but they have subjects, all of them. Well, like in CK3, if you want to see their subjects, you click on the nation, and it's gonna.
Oh my
It's
god!
gonna dig
Oh my-
into them, and then you can start seeing their
It's
subjects.
secret. It's
as well.
secret. It's
Here you
secret.
can see these tribes up here, and all their subjects. If you want to see who's the subjects, who's part of the Arvis Republic, you can click on that, and then you can split it up, and then you can see, oh, well, Goldmere also has a subject, so I want to go in here as well, and then you can just keep going around and look like this. If you want to go all the way out, you click on Reset U. Wide, you can go in, check, and then it's a little bit weird at the moment, because it just... Yeah, it's a little
So we're
bit
claiming
weird.
this area, right?
Might
Right here?
happen at some point.
Oh.
It can be fixed
Okay.
with commands, but yeah, you can see.
It's an up.
You tripping X.
You can see all the subjects and whatnot. So this will keep being updated dynamically. You can go in here to see which nation has what and how their borders look and who your neighbors are. Without it's
Let's
an
go back,
easy way to
Bob.
see
You're not getting killed
where
here.
where your neighbors are and where the other nations are and which nation is the
And,
biggest.
Bro, if he goes back, might
There's a
take him
good
into.
question from Nettie that will
Mhm.
serve as a bridge for the next subject, probably. Are there any bonuses for owning a collective of provinces?
Yes. Do you see, if you see, when I hover over a nation, a little box pops up, which says the name, and then it says tier county. If I look at the side of the perplexed, it says tier province. You can get different tiers, because just like in Crusader, there's a lot of Crusader Kings 3 stuff here. Just like in Crusader Kings, you have counties, duchies, kingdoms, and empires. And you can see here on map mode, this is where you can see it. So you can check the county map mode. And these are all the counties currently in the game.
Holy
And
fuck.
you can see that the Wivenhold, which is the one that why the nation has the county of Wivenhold, because that's what they own most of. And just like the Arvis Republic has the Arvindor county. So these are counties, and then you can also check the duchies, because the Republic of Arvis has the Arvis Duchy as well.
What?
What the fuck?
So if you own enough land within these titles, you can form them, and then you can get a lot of prestige for owning that. And then there's also some other bonuses. And then
Dude, that just
obviously we
gives us a
have
bunch
the
of
kingdom
cases
map
of
mode,
belly.
which, if you've read the lore, there's 3 kingdoms. There's
Oh
Lebanon,
my
there's Dominion, and
God!
then there's Avarissa. And if someone, by some miracle, manages to unite all of them, you can form the Empire of the 3 Kingdoms here. And it will look like this on the map, which will be pretty sick. But currently, the nations look like this.
Also, John asked, is the desert not claimable? You can claim
John.
everything, which
John
Shamin
TFMC,
answered,
okay.
but I think you can also create titles.
Yes, you can. I would switch over to the Jakuran tribes to show you that.
Get your
but it's
power,
just
get your
a little
power.
difficult to do.
Aluminium.
Basically, you can see that the only counties
Jump on.
currently at the start of the
Yes,
game
sir.
are the ones that belong to the 3 kingdoms, but you can make new ones. If you have enough provinces that don't belong to any county, you can form a new county, basically.
Dude, this actually gives you a way to just revive the kingdom.
So, the Jakuran tribes here, they would be able to form a new county for themselves. I guess I can start showing what it looks like in game with the titles. I'm just gonna see if there's anything else.
I gotta go to work soon.
I'll record it, brother.
Yeah, just don't fly to the certain thing in the mouth of the.
Oh, it's gonna be such a boring shift.
No, no, it's fine. Like, there's already an image of it in another Discord.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'll have to try and figure out. Okay, no, that's north. That's the wrong way. Go south, southwest. I hope I don't run into it. The weapon is right in front of me. Okay, now we're safe. This is Arvis. Right. Faction list. Oh, wait, actually, faction. And I'm gonna end war quickly because I don't want to fight
This
that.
Beagle guy just joined. Oh wait, no, he's one of the
Faction
friends.
list. Here you can see the Arvis Republic, Glorious faction. My previous overlord. I'm currently independent. If I click on myself, here you can see that I have the tier of county because I own. If you look in titles, there's a titles button here. If you click here, there's the county titles, duchy titles, kingdom titles, and empire titles. So you can click on county. You can see that. Oh,
holy fuck!
Why do I? Yeah, my current one is Wivenhold. That's the. Sorry, I just forgot that was the color. It gives me 100 prestige to hold this county. It tells you how many provinces you need to have in order to form it. Like, for example, I have 1 out of 5 provinces in Veltharis, but I need at least 4 out of 5 because of my de jure requirement, if you remember that from before. I need at least 4 out of 5 provinces to form this county. So currently I can't do it because I'm lacking 3 of them.
Actually, Anthony, mine's
and then here it says create a new county. You need at least 4 untitled provinces to form a new county. I don't have any because I just live in the areas.
Oh, that's so cool. That's such a cool system.
Reveal Serendor? What the fuck? What is Serendor? I don't know. Anyway, duchy titles. Here you can see the duchies. Like, unlike with the counties, you don't only need the provinces. You also need the county, 2 of the county titles, and then you need some provinces as well. So, for example, for
that's so cool.
Valoris, which currently I only have 1 province because that's the one I just took. You also need to have the county titles of this duchy to be able to become the Duke of Valoris. A question you might have is, what if I don't want to be a duchy? Well, that's just the name of the tier. That's where you can change it in here. Like, I don't want to be a count. I want to be a republic. You can change it. It's just now you're a republic, but it says county on the side just so you can understand which tier it is. So you can be a city, a republic, a chiefdom. These are just the ones that we added, and you can see there's for duchy there's a few different ones. For kingdom and yeah. So you can just change what your tier is.
There's a couple questions about the claiming system. Corn King is asking what the rules about claiming are. Do you need to have a vessel there or settlement or a building?
Currently you claim this is I saw a question earlier by Deer, I think, is if prestige is still just used for well, if it's not used for anything anymore, like before. Prestige actually is used now in the fact that you use prestige to claim provinces, so you need to have a certain amount of prestige to claim a new province, and it goes up by how many provinces you have. And the only rule is that currently I haven't coded in actual like claiming rules because it's difficult with the map system to like ask it to like only have stuff that connects to each other. That's going to take a lot of computing power, so I'm just going to trust you to not make dumb claims. Try and not make border gore. I will cry.
Mm.
So claim stuff that seems reason. Actually, it doesn't even. You just claim stuff that just looks good. You know.
Bro.
And makes
Pretty
cool
easy.
RP stories. You can claim more than you use. You don't have to claim just the ones you
It's
use.
hybrid and
We
swing.
want people to claim a lot because we want people to fight over land. Because now there's like an actual like physical thing called land that you can fight over. It's not just like move the borders 5 blocks. It's a full-on province that you have to move.
I want a castle in every single province. No comment.
Oh. I mean, sure, I guess. Screw it.
How do you want overlord is
Is
this?
this kind of border world? No, please don't. I'd rather not. I think what was it? The who has something? Lower tiers of Dutch County.
Wow, I didn't think the French had it in them.
There's just different. It's just different
Okay, I should push mid.
options.
You just killed
If
this
people want me to
Lisa.
go through them, I can go through them again. But they're just different options. Oops. For what you want to name your tier, like you have mercenary company, clan, nomads, village,
Yeah,
landless.
clap,
That means you don't have any provinces. Province, barony, tribe, town, and then republic, city, chiefdom.
You put it for you at him.
and you have
Turbo, where
High
you
chiefdom,
at?
petty kingdom, grand city. It's just different, like different tiers.
It's cosmetic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
it's cosmetic.
take-
It
Within
doesn't do
one
anything.
tier, it's cosmetic.
Like if someone wants to do one, we can just add one.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted to be tinfoil
Shut
something.
up, Ollie.
Then you would receive a stern warning and a ban.
Yes.
Come, let's watch
Oh,
the
there's
rain
Discord,
as
there's
we
Discord.
fall apart.
That's right. Yeah, you can form. You can form titles. That's
But we
basically
can
the thing,
probably
and
ally.
Bro, you build Yomus instead of
What do we
freaking
need
forts.
to upgrade our rank?
you need more provinces. It's really about provinces and titles. That's what you need. It doesn't cost anything other than having the land necessary. And here's the thing, is that the land, when you're making titles, the land and titles of your subjects counts towards yours. So let's say you have one county and your subject has another county, then maybe you're able to form the duchy because now you have 2 counties. If that makes sense.
Wait.
You could
So that's
I
another
didn't get
reason
that.
why
Let's go to Disneyland.
subjects are nice,
Tim,
because
let's
they
go to
give you
Disneyland.
free land that you can
go to
use for your own
Disneyland to
claims.
meet
Yeah.
Known
what's
titles.
his face?
No, but he's gonna hook
You
us
can also grant
Which is
titles. I
what
can't
is
really
this?
show that because I only
I
have
went in
one
Florida.
title right now.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
But any title that's not your primary title, you can hover over your nation to see. My
Road trip.
primary title is Wivenhold. That's also the currently the only one I have. If I were to have another county, that would not be my primary
That'd be
title. I
fun,
would be
'cause I think
able
I
to
can carry.
grant that title
I can
to a
carry.
vassal as long as they have at
That'd be
least
fun.
one province within that area. It's CK3 stuff again. That's like if you want to give someone, like if someone's been loyal and then you
Everybody
want to
have arms
reward
up.
them with some stuff, you can give them that.
Actually, no. They could cut top.
I think
Yeah, I
Nethi
forgot this
asked
planes.
a while ago about royal notes. I guess we can show that if you
Is
want to.
Nautilus blind? You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The royal notes. I wonder what happens if I try to put it down. I'm gonna.
Dang, man.
Nope. It's really gonna not work. These are royal nodes. So you can see. I don't know if you saw in the menu there. There were 3 ones or 3 royal nodes. There's one for Revenor. There's one for Dominion. There's one for Sabarisa. That's gonna tell you where they're gonna be located. Don't know exactly where, but you know, one can think. And the way these work is that in order to own the royal node for that specific kingdom, you have to have that kingdom title. So to have the Dominion royal node, you have to have the Kingdom of Dominion title. Either you have to have it, or one of your subjects have to have it. Then you're allowed to own it. That subject is also allowed to own it if they have it, obviously. So if I put this down, I think I was able to claim it. What? Fran, did you change something?
Yeah, I changed a few things, but it should be working now.
No block, Jason.
No, never mind.
No, it's because you're a staff, right?
Royal node!
Yeah.
Royal node! Royal node!
Why are you buzzing?
Yeah, if I go to staff player, like, oh, wait, why does it not tell me anything? Oh god.
Yeah.
No, there's errors in console probably. Just.
But you need to stop KSing if you're getting fan. If you don't want to carry.
Yeah, here. Okay, now it works. Yeah, either your faction or one of your subjects need to hold the Dominia Kingdom title in order to claim this node. Now, let's say I did have it. I can actually give it to myself.
Oh, so royal knows you need a kingdom.
Why are you always in Vision right now?
Wait, that's crazy. You have to own third. Oh, there's 3.
Is that like a bug? It has to be a bug.
Okay, now.
What the fuck?
Yeah, okay, now my
entire
kingdom. So I can actually show granting titles then. Now I have 2 titles. So I have Domenia the Kingdom.
That's what I said.
And I have some
think it's a bug,
subjects.
though.
So I'll go to where's Lantar? Republic of Lantar. Oh, like. I will give what? No titles to give away. That's weird.
Nah.
Okay, I guess I'll have to look into that. I thought I was gonna be able to give it to me, but I guess not. Are they not my subject?
This guy got hella shields.
They are. So I don't know why I'm not allowed to give anything away. That's so weird, Kid Vander. What about you?
Oh, dang. Ooh.
Nope. Okay. I guess I don't know. I'll fix that. Anyway, but now when I have the title, if I just put myself down again. Now before I wasn't able to claim it. Now I am able to claim it because I have the correct title. So now I'm able to use this node. And then if I want to,
It's still
give it
the
up,
same.
Don't help.
No,
Just push out. Just push out, bro. These guys are useless. Yeah, they're gonna kill him anyway.
So we have to discover this. Yeah, but it's not really hard to do so, I guess. It's more about getting the actual title for them rather than finding what they are.
She could have been getting this tower if you just pushed up.
Yep. And the royal nodes are obviously better than regular nodes, and they have some drops and stuff. Important thing is that they don't count towards your node cap, so that one node you can still have it and have the royal node. So, you know, going for that kingdom title might actually be very beneficial to you. And then if you are a duke under a kingdom, you might want to try and steal that kingdom title from them, so you can have that node for yourself. Because if you lose the kingdom title,
yeah,
you lose the node as well. Fran, you're online. Can you do this?
You ain't nothing but a broke fiend, broke fiend.
Okay,
oh my bro's flashing for this York, and he's about to lose.
Can you do that?
Mind,
I think that should remove my kingdom title again.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay. So now I lost the.
I
lost the title. Now I'm back to county, and I lost the control of the royal dominion.
What is RTPing for?
Yep.
Top 3 words. Don't conceal it. Don't steal. Oh my
unclaimable.
Gosh.
Or sorry, claimable. I can't take it.
Listen too late.
No.
So it practically is impossible to get your royal notes unless you decide you want to pay them up. Yeah, sort of. It's also made because of that. Like the reason why there is 3 is because okay, so basically royal notes will be the primary way to get the metals that you need for gear and different items. Before you could just like make the ignitium node or like the baseline node or whatever, right? Now it doesn't work anymore like that. The only node that produces those items will be the royal node. So basically, whoever has royal nodes has the way to get a bit of better gear than other people. So there is like competition that just happens naturally for them. And if you obviously wanted to have more than one, which would make you insanely powerful, you'd have to go beyond something just normal of declaring war. You would have to basically fight almost everyone on the server, or like a huge part of the server. So yeah. It's very hard to have more than one royal node at the same time.
But it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
You should mention the act system.
Yeah, okay. So there was a very nice idea a long time ago from the boss who said that limiting the progression on different times, like for example, you don't get to level up to the max from the beginning. You do it on different parts. And we thought that was a very nice idea and that we could try it out. So we made an act system where you are basically locked in 4 different parts along the server in terms of progression, right? So the server will release on the prologue act, which basically means that you can only be level 6 in your class. And the main gear that you will be able to have during this time will be just iron based, right? With royal nodes giving you the ability to get a bit of steel. This means basically that for the first weeks, months, whatever we end up deciding, it's not a specific slot of time.
So there's
It
no
just depends
snowballing. There's no like
on
a
how the
huge
server
grind.
goes
Lot
and
of
the lore
information.
goes and
So
everything
he's
goes.
locking
You will
Abyss Light Brown?
be limited to
Yes,
just
Yeah, you
having
won't
up to steel max.
a type of
So,
gear
royal nodes will
lower
always be
level,
one.
right? So what happens
So
if
it's
we
not
go
like
to Act 1? You would be able to level up to, I think it's 11, the maximum, but it might run, it might be 13, I don't remember. And you would be able to use your royal node to unlock a new type of production that would give you more items. For example, you would be able to get much more steel and like a bit more of abyssalite. So steel would become the main resource of Act 1.
It's like Terraria.
With some people being able to have a bit of abyssalite depending on how long they hold the royal nodes
I
and
hope the
everything
acts aren't
else.
super long though, because it'd be kind of boring just sitting at.
So the idea
they
is
said
that
it's based off of time and story.
the
The main story
grind
for that.
itself is mostly gone, at least for material that use for items, because all the metal you will be getting will be from the royal node and a bit of other passive ways of income to get those materials, which is something a lot of people have asked us to do, because everyone is always complaining about the grind, right? So basically now the nodes will give you everything you need for materials, at least materials related to PvP and like conflicts and everything along those lines. The other nodes will be used for other items that are more common, or like let's say more that need to be used way more. So you have, for example, the farm nodes that will give you seeds for the custom crops.
Brother, why don't you press E more often?
So you can make food. You will have the
Bro, you were rooted. You were rooted for a
Magical
little
the
while. You
mine.
gotta press E.
yeah, you will have the mine ores, the mine nodes for like the magical mine or like the normal ore mines that will give you iron, for example. You will have forestry that will give you bark, which is now used for anything that you need to make with wood. And you have the quarry, which now gives you salt. So basically, if you want to make food that it's based on salt, you will need a quarry node. Also, it gives you like a lot of different blocks in like huge quantities. You can still mine for iron, yeah. You can nodes like royal nodes only give you
It is in the game. Don't even try. It's in the
the
game.
special resources that we have on the server, which are steel, abyssalite, and mithril. Everything else is normal gameplay or normal nodes. Can you show us the node types? I guess, yeah, if you can, Ref.
Yep.
Is there no other way to get them? If you mean the normal metals, there is other passive ways to get them, which don't require anything to do. Just playing the server daily.
All right, mining node. Ore mine, it gives stuff. You can also do the magical mine for the dust, and then you can get rune. Nope, I can't get rune stuff. You can see it. You can change into some different like stuff, magical stuff. Runes, enchanted dust.
Many,
I don't know if ore mine has anything different. Quartz and niter apparently, and then yeah. Farming. Nope, chunk already has a node. Can you?
Wait, you can only get a Nictium?
Farming node. This is.
Bro, I mean, you
farm,
can get all
and
the
then plantation
actually,
apparently
reason-
needs some special biomes.
Brother, they
this is
say you
pretty
can get
similar
anything.
to
Well,
before, I
no,
think.
brother,
It's just
Jason.
the same.
Whoa,
They
whoa,
said
whoa.
you could get any material
different
you
stuff.
need from royal nodes. That's like
Not really an
related
act
to PvP.
ahead.
That's what they
It's
said.
more they are like in the middle of both acts. Also, the like the rates of getting items are not super quick. So basically, you have to hold the node for a long time to actually make a difference. Like the difference between who has the node and who doesn't is basically none unless the person that has the node has it like for months and no one like ever takes it away. So what do you mean by that, Fran Daily? Okay, so now when you log in, you will be able to see a message that tells you a few different commands that do things. One of those is slash TFMC claim, which you can do once a day, and that gives you both keys that you can use to open both crates. Now both crates give you very useful resources, including Ignitium, for example, in the Prologue Act. So yeah, if you just play normally, even if you don't actually vote on the sites, you still get the keys to get important materials just by playing.
I'm dead.
I wonder how long this showcase is about to be, bro. It's coming up on 2 hours.
I know, dude. I'm so hungry. I'm trying to eat.
I gotta go to work soon.
We need diamond tools back then. All the tools are way better.
What's he mean by
Oh,
Or
the
will
tools are
be way
better? W.
What's he mean by that? I hate how vague it is.
Also, Enzo said something about the custom resources. Well, there's also this hasn't been revealed yet, but there's other ways to get gear, good gear outside of
Yeah.
outside of the custom resources. Just trust, just wait. It'll be revealed
Also,
as well.
like you will have like what I say with okay, so what was the number I said? It's 4 ingots a day per node, right, Ref? I think.
4 ingots.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, for
Yeah,
steel,
yeah. It's 4 ingots of steel per day for a node, so 12 in total. Take in mind that one tool is only 1 ingot, so you could have like 12 tools per day. So like this is enough steel for
Yeah.
actually making tools. It's just that it's not super easy to make weapons or
Yes.
armor without the steel.
Yes.
And also you get like very tiny bits of abysalite, so you could potentially also make tools with that.
Anesthetizer?
Just not like you will never get enough to actually make an armor before a different act.
I don't know. I feel like they're. I feel like Washington has maybe like
Are
slightly
there
better.
any class changes you
But
can
it's like,
reveal?
like it's
You
a little
unlock all
worse.
the
But
skills
it's
at
like
level
not that
2,
big difference, I don't think.
and that's kind of it.
Bro, why? Oh my goodness! Just dodge. I'm just.
Oh, and the skill slots. You
You're
start
doing
with one
everything, bro.
skill slot, and every time the act goes one
One
up,
skill
you get another skill slot as well.
Wait, what? You
is
said
one
skill?
skill
Only
per
one skill?
act.
What
Like,
the
you're
fuck?
only able to
You're
unlock
cooked,
one
Anthony.
skill?
You're
Or
cooked.
you can have. You
So
can
by
only have.
Act 3, you would have 4 skill slots.
Oh wait, never mind. In Act 3,
Dude,
you'll have
that's
4.
broken.
Wait, wow.
That sounds broken. Hell.
Holy.
Everyone's gonna be a mage. Everyone's gonna be basically a mage.
Yeah, mages are broken, no?
Yo, everyone's
I
gonna be
don't know.
flying
It will be
around.
hard to balance having 4 because, of course, the mana costs are going to be pretty high for non-mage classes and whatever.
Yeah, it will be hard to use all the skills unless you are actually focusing on that, and that means you are weaker in other parts. But yeah, with the act system, you have to imagine that the first act, what I call the prologue, is just people on chain mainly. Act 1 is people on steel mainly. Act 2 is people on abysalite mainly, and Act 3 is people on mithril mainly. But there is also a thing Jeff said, which
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get max stacks,
makes things a bit
level 2 and
differently.
3, you're screwed.
Just wait and see. You'll hear about it.
Oh yeah, with minions, yeah, you beat them.
It's cool. Trust.
Are the vehicles
I don't.
locked? No.
Oh, sorry. I don't think I don't have anything else to showcase. I think unless I'm forgetting something. Can someone help me? Anything
No.
you guys remember that I haven't shown?
She mid? Yeah, she.
Okay, in that case, we can just keep going with questions until people don't have any more questions.
Yeah.
Just ask about anything that's been showcased or other stuff you want. We might not be able to answer everything because Diff is not completely done yet. So, but you can ask about anything about the server, and we'll respond if we can, and then we'll tell you if we don't know yet.
The thing with vehicles is that we haven't actually set the costs for them yet, so I don't know how expensive they will be compared to how much steel you are able to get.
How do you get more stacks?
But
if steel is only from royal nodes, it will probably just be higher.
Resets when you.
We want vehicles to be fun, so it's probably just
you're unsteadies or passive.
Like
there's no. We don't want people to be sad that they lost the ship. We want people to think that it's really fun. Loaded. You know.
Yeah, vehicles will be from day one. They will be obviously expensive in a way, but not enough to where everyone is afraid of using them.
Holy shit!
I mean, look at the map website now. Unfortunately, not yet because I haven't set up the actual it's still like thing. I'll release it when you're able to go in and look at it, but it's not completely done yet. I have to
What
make
was
some
the
changes.
thing
I just
about
didn't have time to do
skills?
that before the showcase, but it's basically done.
You get your stacks up, and you can.
You only get like a semi-skills per act.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the ways to get the steel ignitium besides royal nodes in the first act? Okay, so
What that means?
every day
you still have 2 in
you
Act
log
1,
onto the server and you can use a claim command, which will grant you both keys. You can also vote in the different sites that we have to get
Yo, guys, I need shut up.
Each time you use a key, you can open a voting crate, and voting crates have ignitium and other important materials or useful materials inside. So basically, even if you don't have nodes, you can still progress. Just takes a bit longer. and it's not as consistent. And even if you don't vote, it will be even if you get less, it will be fine. Like you will still get a steal yourself.
If you have a stack on them, you can always queue them. You get your reset.
After professions change a lot. Alchemy is completely different. Engineer will be
Honestly,
different
you're
as
gonna be higher
well.
level than him when he
Just
comes back.
hasn't been done yet.
So you
It's
may
the only
be able to
profession
fight.
that hasn't been done.
He's gonna have no rage.
Fisher is very different.
Fisher is completely
You should
different
be
as well.
queuing the minions. Just queue the minions,
And I
even if
think
he's not
the
here.
others are like
Because you
mostly
got-
similar,
just keep your
just like
stacks up.
some minor differences.
He has no rage, so you got to fight him soon. That's the best time. Yep. Good stuff. Use your E.
Also,
You have to hit your.
John,
oh my
the
gosh.
vehicles are not that OP, to be honest. They're pretty.
You already get your Q back. You're about to.
They're mostly just for fun. Anyone who's flown a plane know that if you're
Might have
fighting
got-
a ground force with a plane, you're just
Yeah, there you go.
that's just not. You
Planes
can't
are
really
good
do
for
much.
me.
Planes are for fighting each other, unless you have a
Just push
bomber.
it,
But
yeah.
at that point, just shoot it down.
What I will say is that as the law person, I do have certain plans for events that you might want vehicles for. Just throwing that out
So
there.
you said the vehicles aren't really for wars.
It's just for fun. Yeah.
They're more for fun. Like,
Is there a calendar
We wanna.
system?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay,
cool with
no,
that.
you go on,
I'm
Trev.
not trying to be
I was
bombed
just gonna say
everywhere.
we want to let the medieval RP still be possible as well. That's all I wanted to say.
Is there a calendar system? I guess this is a question for Ryan or Sauce.
We were hoping to do that with the daytime vote that we did, but it seems that because people have favored having shorter days, it probably won't be as feasible to do a 1-to-1 Minecraft day to time progression ratio. I would like to see if we can maybe get a command that basically just takes the current date and turns it into its IC equivalent, but we'll have to see.
Yeah. Also about the daytime thing
lots
of the
of
votes,
CBE,
we will likely not have that on the first few weeks of the server, just for like the way releases always go. And we will probably implement that a few weeks in and see what the reaction is.
Mhm.
If everyone likes it or like we get very positive feedback,
go fight,
we'll
Lydia. Help me,
likely keep it. If people don't like it, we'll just remove it.
You can use a W to tank the wave if you needed to.
Did you also want to bring up your PvP changes, Fran? Or should we save that for another time?
He has no range. So
I
now's a
mean,
good time to
I
actually
was
fight him.
going to
sure you
release
use
the
an E if you
tutorial
ever
world
queue.
tomorrow, and if people want to
wait
see
for
a
the
lot of
six,
the new
actually.
changes, they can just join the tutorial and see that for themselves.
keep killing some of your
Also,
health
give a bit of feedback on the tutorial because not everything is finished and some things might need to be changed a bit, so it's easier for people to learn.
You're making me angry,
But yeah,
bro.
PvP, I changed the weapons. They are every
Just get your
weapon is
stacks
different
and just R him
nowadays.
and engage.
Way stronger bonuses for each
Might have to wait
weapon.
for his E though.
So there is a lot of more individualism depending on the weapon you use. But yeah, just see for yourselves if you try. From my personal testing, all the weapons seem fair to each other. It just depends on how you want to play. There doesn't seem to
weapons
be
seem fair to
anything
each
that
other.
is way stronger than other things. But
longsword for
maybe
the
for
the best warrior weapon.
general group of people that play on the server, there is one type that is a bit stronger, and we have to balance that if that happens.
How does storage claim change with the kingdoms that was mentioned in
Now he has level 6, so you're not gonna be until you get Bork.
I haven't made the plugin yet, so I don't know if I can. I'm not gonna say because it might change. But
You can
just
dash on you
like
right now and hit you, so be
there'll
careful.
be you will be able, like you're able to
be looking at
share
booty.
a chest. But the thing is that if you share a chest with your vassal, then you're putting that chest
Yeah.
at risk. So you don't want to share your valuables chest, for example. If that makes sense.
What did you need to claim land? I forgot. You just
I
need
don't know.
prestige.
Prestige.
to
First
be-
one is
yeah.
first one is 0. You don't need any prestige for the first one. Then you need more. As time goes on. Like I said,
Yeah, and
based on how many you have.
Yeah, you gain prestige with more wealth, more members, or like doing things that give you prestige, like
Yeah,
the nodes as well.
the nodes, and then having your titles, forming titles gives you prestige as well. So it should be pretty. It's pretty easy to claim, to be honest. Like you can grow
Yeah.
pretty big, pretty fast.
The,
But it's
the more you
mostly just
play,
that. Yep.
yeah,
You can take a trade with him right now. He has no
the more
rage.
you play and the server
Let's kill him.
advances, the more prestige you will have
Kill him now,
naturally.
kill him now.
So the more you
Dude,
can claim,
You're wasting your
the more
stacks if you let
prestige
him
you gain as
do
well.
that.
It just fits
Back up now,
itself.
back up now.
It's not meant to
You have
be
that- or flash-
any
you have
sort of
flash.
super hard limit on what you can do.
That's a
It's
good
just
trade,
a way of progression that
Just
has
Q to
to
get your
happen
health back.
somehow.
If you use your E and then your R, you're just wasting your stack. You have to dash and then use your R, then dash again.
Why make it 0 to make 1? I mean, I guess
Grab all these
you
3
have
minions and jump
0
on 'em.
prestige.
There you go.
Once you
There you go.
start and you put 1
There you
to
go.
claim at least one province.
It's just that
for
everyone
yourself.
is allowed to
Yeah.
have one province. It's just like a basic thing. Like if you want to
Yeah.
live somewhere, you can. But if you want to expand, that's when you want to
You have more
need
card,
like the
No?
clout to expand.
Do claim protect your blocks chest
Yeah,
or
let's
is
go
just
rush
on
more
paper?
card.
As of now, there is no protection. And if
There's no protection currently. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
core in
if you hit your
effect.
E and you have a stack on him, just Q him. Because if you hit your R, you're just gonna waste the stack.
yeah, true. With
But there's nothing
provinces,
currently nothing physically stopping you from taking from someone else's
Yeah.
chest. But
Yeah.
we'll see what changes.
yeah, if there is a thing for the chest, it will be not like you would expect from a faction plugin. It will be just
Yeah.
like not letting you open or anything similar.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that. Don't worry.
Will provinces of like one have a 24-hour despawn?
What? With provinces of
Yeah, like one province.
like
I mean-
a cooldown to claiming?
No, will provinces of like one have a 24-hour despawn? Someone logged in, made a province, and never logged off again. Logged on.
Oh, no, we just delete their faction manually.
Yeah.
There's currently no factions don't disappear. But they will if people log in, claim land, and then don't show up again.
What
You
if
can
you
check when they
wanted?
were last online.
Okay.
Yep.
Why not automate it? Says Wonder.
I was going to. That was actually part of the plugin idea from the very beginning when for season 3. It's just it's a thing of I've had other stuff that I need to do, and other parts of the plugin took priority. So I just didn't have time.
He has all his
basically.
cooldowns
I might
on
have time
basically,
before
so be
release,
careful.
but I have other stuff I need to fix.
Do
as
not the
well,
W,
so-
his W.
I would read
I
your
want to
question,
figure out
Corky, now,
extra, bro.
but I will answer something easier first. Do factions
bush right
disappear
now.
if you don't have 4 players? No. You can have one person on a faction forever if they play.
Obviously, there'll have to
Did
be
they mean nodes though? Because that's the
Nodes.
4-player thing. Nodes need 4 players.
Yeah, they are probably
think-
confused. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. Nodes. If you drop below the 4 faction member thing, your nodes don't disappear.
You
They
can
just
get plated
become
if you want
claimable,
now.
so someone else can
I
come
don't know
and
if you want
claim
to
it.
get plated or the other thing.
Like with the royal nodes, that happens with the regular nodes as well. So you just won't be able to use that node. You have to get 4 people to be able to reclaim that node and start using it again. That
Yeah.
makes if that answers the question.
Okay, what if you wanted to block every nation from getting a royal node? If I had a claim in the north and wanted to prevent the southern kingdom from having a royal node, can I claim
You
it,
could.
or
He
is
doesn't
that
have R either.
considered
So
border
you're just
core?
a lot stronger than him.
If the borders look good and you have
Nice, kill him. There you
land
go.
in all 3 kingdoms,
And then when he tries to get away, kill him
then
again.
1, you're
Yeah.
pretty powerful probably.
Yeah, you just
If
kill
you're
him
not,
easily.
you're gonna get killed. So you can do it, but you have to back those claims up, because if you claim a bunch of land that you're not using, and then someone says to us as staff, okay, I want to declare war and I want to annex
the
this
time you have
territory.
damage
Usually we don't
resist.
allow annexations, but if this is territory that you don't use, we're gonna say, okay, go for it, and then you actually have to protect yourself. Otherwise, you're gonna lose all that land. So
Actually, check it. I don't know.
If you were to build a border fortress outpost,
Okay, I never knew that.
it's like a continuation of the question. Like if you build, instead of like having the land connected, you just build like different fortress around. I
it
think
has,
that's
it has to be connected. If it's not connected, we're gonna definitely crack down on that. If you're just doing it to stop to stop people, like if your only reason for being there is to stop people from having the node, then we're gonna let people annex you. We don't care. So it's a risk. You can do it, but that's a risk, and you're probably gonna get attacked. If someone tries, that'd be funny to see though. If they're able to like somehow balance it and not die, but
We'll
most
get
likely you will die.
You kill that
Chile,
minion when it
sorry.
hits, and then just kill all the backline
Bloody
minions, and then
TFMC.
he's just dead.
Yeah.
A question I asked
You have auto
earlier
reset as well.
was,
There you go. Nice.
what's
He's dead.
stopping people from just going around claiming everything, basically?
Prestige.
Prestige, yeah. If you are able to claim everything, then power to you. You know, go ahead.
Yeah.
But most likely, if you own like an entire duchy by yourself, but you're only 4 people in it, you're gonna get something called usurped, where someone else goes and steals everything from you, and then you lose it.
Will we get a
a
map
attack
of
on a champion or a tower?
Yep.
Basically.
No, it's just basically
I think a
you can
large
claim
monster as well.
huge swaths of land, but like
You know,
you don't it's what is it? It's right, might makes right. Yeah, that's what it's called. You have to protect it. If you can't protect it, you're dead.
Yeah, it's like always. Everything boils down to common sense. You can do what you want, right? But it has to serve a purpose. If you're just like claiming for the sake of claiming, you can't really do much with it, then you will just lose it eventually. Doesn't give you
If you
anything
queue these,
itself.
you can actually go back in. Oh, GG.
Will we get a map of all the provinces so that we
I
can
would
know
like you to.
precise and what land we are claiming, and so we do not on accident stand on the border and claim the wrong thing?
Yeah, the website doesn't have the province map mode. Sadly, you can look at the county map mode, I guess, and basically you can aim for a county, but you can't aim for the province. That's just how it is, because the county map is not public like that. It's I closed it, so we won't be able to see it anyway.
Do horses have a nerf this season? It's something we want to do, but I don't know if it will happen. It shouldn't really be hard to do, but I don't know.
No, if we have time, this can come later as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want horses and like normal boats. Basically, we want the vanilla ways of movement to be always slower than the vehicles. So at least you have to like at least it's equal, or just way better to use the vehicle.
Alright, this is the nation map, and then county map mode. Here you can see it. You can see it's kind of see-through, so you can kind of see where you're going. You know.
No.
County map mode, duchy map mode. Every duchy has 3 counties, and every kingdom has 3 duchies, and then the empire has 3 kingdoms. It's just a rule of 3. Ask Sauce; he was the one who decided that.
Yeah, Sauce said everything has to be 3 or I will die, and then yeah, we didn't really have an option.
Yeah.
He
So
had
safe
an
to say the
island.
funeral is in 2 days, guys. Please, no flowers.
Sauce had an island he really liked, and then I made it not exist. So he's very sad.
Yeah, this is the 3 kingdoms here. I would like to see people actually try and form these. So that'd be very nice. I mean, obviously you want to get the notes, so. And then if someone is really good, they take this. Damn. The 3 kingdoms. And obviously you can make kingdoms up here. You can make a kingdom down here. You can make a kingdom wherever, really, if you just get enough. If you just work your way up.
Yep.
So this will slowly fill out.
Will there be some reasons to use horses instead of camels? I mean, there will be, in theory, no reason to use horses or camels when you can just like use a cart powered by the horses. But I guess we could nerf camels even more.
Yeah, I was
than,
gonna when I do
horses.
the thing, I'm just gonna make camels really slow. Like
What?
I'll probably be able to do that plugin, so don't worry about it.
Are the rivers safe for ships this season? I'm not sure what you mean with that.
Last time I checked, where's Arvis? This is Arvis. Okay. So when I was making the ships to begin with, because obviously you cannot sail up with regular boats. That you cannot do, but with the actual custom ships you can. So with the ironclad, I was able to sail up. This is all wide enough to where you can actually sail the ship in. And I think I got to about, where is it? Here. Here's where it stopped. I wasn't able to sail further than this.
Will the hostile aquatic mobs attack ships? There is no hostile aquatic mobs. They are all neutral. If you don't attack them, they won't do anything to you.
Hello, squad.
Calavorian killer whales.
Also, if someone of you was very sharp with the eye, they would have noticed that there's a lot of crops on the map already grown.
Yeah.
So that's also one of the ideas we have this season to make the starting days a bit easier and have everyone already have a bit of food.
I just
Plus,
hop in and
obviously,
say,
a
what a
stronger
beautiful
starter.
river.
Yeah, I wonder who fixed that up.
Really is a beautiful river.
I asked you a question.
Really
Yeah.
quite impressive,
Is that your
yeah.
snow
It was
talisman?
basically, I mean,
No.
it was kind of already done
Is it
though.
like
It was
the
like,
Pokemon one?
There's no
Yeah.
credit,
You
no.
see the mountain.
No.
You see the mountainsides to your right, where the river was basically at the
No.
height
just
of the
fight
mountainside.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see that. I pretend not to see.
Are you like
My eyes
do
are
you turn
closed.
into them or do you summon units of them?
You
I
turn
can't
into
wait
the
for someone to come along and
before.
destroy it on day 2.
Oh,
Just dry it out.
having fun.
As long as
This
they
will be
make
a
sure
parking
to
lot.
personal information.
It's time. Muzzle engine make the skies fish. Give a diamond
You
sword.
have Andrew's account, right? For Roblox. So Andrew's a Shroom, Brian's a Castellan.
Yeah, I like the craving system, but everyone else seems to not like it. It
I
was a
thought
very
it was
overwhelming
good.
vote. I mean, it's not that oppressive now, but people don't really like it, so there is no point to having it.
I think the craving system needed to have a positive benefit to
Yeah,
doing it.
there is a few ideas on how to do it. It's just Noko doesn't really have the time to do it.
Mhm.
How long does
At
it
some
take to travel
point-
across the map? I don't know. Sorry, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know you.
Yeah, no, at some point we'll have something about nutrition and food that
shit,
is
bro.
fun
You
to
saw
play
me
with
connected
for most
one-handed.
people, but we can't really say when.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One.
The map I can
Get
say that the
Zaps
map
tip to
is
auto death.
4K by 4K blocks. So considering that season 3 was
Oh,
10K
yeah,
by
really?
10K, it's pretty bit smaller. Yeah.
On the
I'm saying that has he even gone back
Have
on
diseases changed at all? We don't really want to have diseases as part of the normal gameplay because it's a very outdated plugin.
Yeah, that's a really old plugin. It's hard to do. So
Yeah.
we might do it for like RP stuff, but not actually
Yeah.
like.
Maybe
in
some
my opinion,
event
he's not even
could
like his
use
progression
it,
is
but
decent. He's not even that
for
far.
the normal gameplay,
In my
there's no
opinion,
point.
he should
It's
start
something we
learning on
want
his
to
own.
revisit in the
'Cause if
future.
he's just
I
getting
think.
like help throughout
Yeah.
everything, I feel like he's just gonna get bored, you know.
Is there anything to replace exploration? Sort of, but not like it was on season 3.
I guess. Imagine he's one life falls
What
into the void
we
twice.
learned from season 3 is that obviously people liked some of the exploration
one question
ideas, but there was a huge flaws
Oh
with
yeah, yesterday when I was
with the
playing my
whole
Dragon Slayer,
system,
Alex,
and
bro, you
there's
could not believe the star I had. I
ideas
walked
on
into
how to
Sinso,
make it
some guy
better.
gives me 300 silver. He just
What
like
I can
dabs me
say
up,
is
gives me
that
300
there's a
silver.
trial
I was like, oh,
of
hell yeah.
what we want to have exploration be in the future.
Like
On
I'm
the map
actually, bro. Like,
itself,
guess what,
it's
Alex?
a very
I
basic
go to
system
Churchlight Castle. Some guy with mithril
that
sword, Casper, and
works
tries to fight me.
using
I slam his
conditional
ass out
events,
because you know I'm the goat.
which are
And then
the
he's just
mage's
like, hey, bro,
rituals.
here's all my silver, 200,
Yeah,
and then leaves the game.
You're just yapping, dude.
you will see on the season. Maybe.
Yep.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Is medicine still important for them alchemist? I think it's the way to get focus points. Like you still need to get the perk to craft focus potions. So yeah, it's only for
That's
that.
kind of it.
Guess I should also mention that the research system is going to become one of the main ways to get experience in season 4, which is an alchemist perk, and it will require alchemist items, but it's pretty cheap. If you're not an alchemist, you can just trade with an alchemist to get those items. So that's a way for alchemists to make a bit of money off of that. And you'll want to be utilizing research where you can. The hope is that it's going to be a lot more fun than it was last season.
Yeah. Yep. Can you have a vassal contract that has like 0 military support, 0 taxes, etc.? I don't think so. You will have to at least do something.
Then what? Then they're not really a vassal.
Yeah.
They don't really do anything. I mean, yes, you can technically because the way it will work with the vassal relationships is that when you set them, for example, mercantile has a base 10% tax, right? And subject has a base 5% tax, and then the overlord has a modifier which is their taxation rate of subjects. So if their taxation rate is 50%, that 10% tax that was levied on the mercantile is now only 5% because they're only taking 50% of the taxes, not 100% that like they would. So it would be set at 100% to begin with. And this is what you as vassals can do. Like if you rebel but you don't actually want independence, you can rebel just for lower taxes, for example. And then if the faction has a taxation rate of vassals at 0%, you don't pay any taxes, and then mercantile vassals will not pay taxes and not pay levies. So that's the way to do it, I guess.
I also have to say, in the topic of runes, when you level to level 2 as a mage, you will get a lot of runes for all the different weapons and armor. So starting as a mage is easier, at least for the runes. You still have to get the actual weapons or armor itself. Also, will there be bundles? And they will be the same as Season 3. If you mean Breeding Bodies, yes, there will be bundles, and they will be different. A bit different. Like, mostly the same, just a bit better. The thing with Breeding Bodies is that I believe I have figured out what was the issue with it and why it didn't always work as intended. So it should be working fine on Season 4.
Right. We've been going for over 2 hours now, so we should probably wrap up soon. So keep putting in questions if you have them, and we're gonna head off soon, probably.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. The reason why Ren made the mention of resets being a way of leveling up is because there won't be mob generation, as you understand. It's a custom-made mob generation system that replaces all of the vanilla spawns and basically means that for your normal gameplay, you will rarely see mobs unless you venture out in very specific areas. So this means that you don't have to make a huge box underground and stay AFK killing mobs during hours to level up.
And also that you don't run into like random zombies. Like if you're trying to have, you're trying to talk with someone at night, and then you have to stop and fight zombies and spiders or whatever. You don't like they don't add anything aside from just something to fight.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the mobs will be outside of the de jure areas in the lore. So basically, you shouldn't expect any mobs on Revenor, for example, or Savarisia. But you can find them on the desert in the north or like the jungle to the south.
Areas on the outskirts of the Three Kingdoms will be indicated with gold pop-ups instead of the red, blue, or green of the Three Kingdoms. So that's how you can tell if you've entered an area outside of the Three Kingdom territories, and those will be the areas where you can fight stuff.
Yeah. How does leveling look up now? I mean, it's the same. It just basically doesn't require you to actually kill mobs constantly.
I'll have to remove mob XP from dungeons. Honestly.
Can a de jure spot become a kingdom? Well, I think what you probably mean is, can a spot that's not currently on the kingdom map mode become a kingdom? Yes, it can if you just build up. Because if you get enough provinces that are not tied to a county, you can form a county. And if you have enough counties that are not tied to a duchy, you can form a duchy. And then again, if you have enough duchies that are not tied to a kingdom, you can form a new kingdom. That's how you work your way up to making new titles that are not currently in the game at launch.
Yeah.
So those
Also,
are generated over time or made over time by players.
also I think if you have like a kingdom title, well, actually, you didn't include that, and I think you should ref. Like if you have a kingdom title that isn't one of the main three ones, you should also be able to claim a royal note.
Yeah.
As an
Okay.
yeah.
Sauce over here with his requirements, and you over here with your other requirements. No. Fine.
I mean, we can always just make a temporary royal note if that happens and it's not made. It's not.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like we'll get, if someone actually makes a kingdom, we'll do it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna bother with that right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think Draft should type
this is
Hoi 4 and OOC right now.
No.
I think you should type Hoi 4 and OOC Draft.
Although, I think this is a great point to.
Yeah, this is a nice.
This is a good place to end it. Okay, final call. Any other questions? But type them in quickly.
Do not ask for feedbacks. 1984.
Classes exactly like season 3, just like you lock all the skills at level 2 and you will have more skill slots as long as the season progresses. Also, the skills are a bit different in the way of numbers and things, but mostly the same. Magic, there's new types of magic that you can find through rituals. The normal magic is the same. They have to be at the landing game to claim it, yes. I think my I think my favorite weapon on season 4 is likely the battle axe or like great axes. It's probably the most fun to play. Is love on the map? I think there is a lot of love on the map.
Is there? I don't remember.
I think on caves, yeah.
I didn't check. Hopefully.
I think I saw a lot of lava when I was fixing part of the map.
I know there's some.
All right, nice. I don't remember if I
Wait.
put that in. It's been the map's been done for months, so I just don't remember.
Yeah. Ways to earn money, like we said. Right now, it's the market block. We have ideas to make that better. We can't really say if it will happen or not. So yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that we can't really get to launch will happen during the season because it's minor stuff that doesn't really change things conceptually.
With for me at least, with the vehicles and this now faction plugin, there's just been those have been like two major improvements and updates. So it's just taking so much time. So they've been the focus, and then other stuff will come later. There's also been a lot of other changes though, of course, but like I'm limited in how much time I can spend on this.
There's no gold nodes and no natural nodes either. Natural nodes are replaced by royal nodes, both in the concept of giving importance to land itself and actually as a way to revamp the balance and how everything progresses.
No more season 2.
Yeah. Are we gonna have a great time? I mean, in theory, it should be the best season by far.
In
so.
theory, we should have a great time.
There.
Yeah.
Just over here theorizing. Hypothetically, we would have a great time in season 4.
Exactly.
It's up to you.
Yes, you will have a great time. Or you will.
Every season is the best season.
Yeah.
Exactly. Except season 2. We don't talk about season 1.
Yeah, we don't talk about the carrot.
Yeah.
Look,
Don't
season
mention
2 had a lot of potential. We just didn't make
we go
the ideas
to
completely
Island
fine. The carrot got destroyed for a reason.
Yes, we don't talk about it again.
Yeah.
We decided halfway through the season we never want to go back here, so we're just gonna nuke it at the end of the season and never come back.
There's no season 2 in TFMC, there is no airship in the Barney. Yeah, you are completely right.
So this is
There's no
actually
war
the
in
season
Bosnia,
2
say.
map with all the islands. They just employed me to polarize all of it.
Okay, guys, so season 4 is actually Skyblock.
Yeah, we've been lying to you the whole time.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
just
if
like
you fuck up,
Yeah.
the cobblestone generates
You're-
from events.
You're currently looking at season 5 right now. Season 4 is actually not ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, season 6 is Bed Wars.
All right.
Right. I guess that's it
Yeah,
for today.
sounds about right. Okay, thank